Hello everyone, welcome back to welcome to Women's Super League here in St George's Park. Kicking this off is going to be a commentator's nightmare of London Storm 1 against London Storm 2. Yeah, I'm Sam Ward and I'm joined by nobody this time, unfortunately. It's just me. Yeah, gonna have a few more minutes of warm up and then we're gonna get going.
Thunderstorm. Are you just on your own? Oh, okay. Who is? Do you know who you're meant to be with? Oh, oh, oh! I feel really bad. Right, okay, yeah. April just told me to contract, but you know what you're doing, don't you? Really.
All right, teams are warmed up and we're ready to go. So, for the avoidance of doubt, London Storm 1's throwing away from the camera and have the back net to their backs, and Storm 2 throwing at the camera with the back walls to their backs. This is going to get really confusing. Stay with me.
Okay.
Nice single reply from Jones. Finds it, this is gonna be an interesting dynamic with a lot of players on both sides knowing the ins and outs almost of their opponents, having training with them week in, week out, knowing a lot of their strengths, a lot of their deficiencies. But as the table stands, Storm 2 were I think just in the relegation zone, but I don't think they were. With Queen Bees and Stafford Raptors kind of all tied in that bottom bunch. Storm 1's a bit more comfortable in mid-table, but probably looking down potentially more than they're looking up. Nice catch in the middle. Yeah, it makes that look easy. Yeah, the ones stamping their authority a little bit on this early set. Single ball results in a block. If nothing else, this should be one of the more good-tempered games that we should be seeing. Vic Milne tries baiting out that counter, but can't quite make it stick. 4 balls now in the hand of Storm 1's. Nice 3-ball attack, but even better dodge. Good hang time in the air. Not a bad cluster of 3 balls in terms of timing and accuracy, but player does well to get over all 3 of them. 2-ball attack looking for shine on the left-hand side, but again, does well to survive. Two-ball attack does find the mark. See a lot of teams are electing to throw one slightly above the ball, one slightly below it as a means for a player to not be able to block both balls at once. Very, very good exhibition of that shown right there. Rachel Potter has a think about going for that one, but leaves it alone. Probably the right decision. Three balls in the hand of Storm. They have a choice about how they want to play this. They go for the triple attack. There is a catch and out as a result. Brings in Emily Dench. Left on her own against 5 of her first team frenemies for today. Too little too late, unfortunately. Storm wants to take the first set.
Storm 1 on that. Okay, this is going to be really complicated.
Apologies in advance for any slips of the tongue or changes or inaccuracies in the scoreboards, etc. This is, for people who play dodgeball all the time, this is going to get confusing. 2 slightly sporadic singles from the Storm 2 at the start of the set. Storm 1's showing them how it's done. The slightly more coordinated and cohesive double attack makes a hit in the centre. They get 3 balls as a result.
Good trade there, 1 for 1.
Yeah, Jones won't be too unhappy with that trade. Storm 1's are the player up at this point, so there's trades benefit the team that are leading in players. Becomes increasingly more difficult to turn the deficit. Vic Milne does well to scurry out of the way.
Just about, yeah. It's always tricky playing your own club because you kind of know each other's tactics, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Oh, hit on that last ball from the 3-ball attack.
Yeah, nice delay throw from LaPlante to take out Emily Dench. Does well to dodge the first 2, but the third one makes no mistake. 4 balls in the hands of Storm 2's.
Just getting the hits on Izzy there.
Yeah, nice tracking as well. Good lateral dodges from from the recipient of the 3-ball attack, but no such joy. 3 balls again on Milne, and can't quite survive that time. Nice tracking, nice timing again from the throwing unit.
I feel like they're just passing 4 balls between each other at this point.
Yeah, there's a with there not being too many players on court at the moment. 2 balls take out Shine though. Yeah, teams aren't too worried about giving away possession if it results in a hit. That's why you kind of get this multi-ball volley exchange. Storm 2 electing to set with 4 balls. Counter, looking to go with aggressive counters on LaPlante, but elect to go somewhere else.
Good dodge there from Storm 1.
Yeah.
Storm looking to go with 3 balls, not risking releasing 1 ball.
No chance, especially not on an empty target. While there is still a catching threat possessed by a lot of these
catch.
girls.
2 catches.
Very well exhibited right there by Potter and Khan. Very nicely done. Yeah, Storm 1's finishing that set in style.
Absolutely. Very even throughout the sets, but it's just at the end you can tell the difference between Storm 1 and Storm 2.
Yeah. $4-0 down to the Storm 1s. The 2's winning that middle ball, and the extra ball gets lost a little bit, so LaPlante no countering threat. Prompted Storm 2 to hurry up a little bit. There is a substitution, I think, for Storm 2. I think Katie Howard finds herself on the far wing for the 2s.
Good
2-ball
hit
attack
on
takes
the
on
wing
Smith.
there. I think Storm 2 looking to take out these wings to stop the counters, I think.
Yeah, that's probably the difference in tactics of the 2 teams quite a lot so far. The Storm 2 seem to be focusing a lot of their attention on the ball holders to to try and stop any kind of countering threat, whereas the 1s are more than happy to go at empty targets. It's been securing them a decent amount of hits so far, but if Storm 2 start catching, then they might start thinking again. 2 balls again at Shine, but does well to survive it this time. Nice pressure up from the Storm 2 winger. Baits out that 4th ball from Jones. 2-ball attack from Shine. For a 2-ball attack from the left-hand side. Doesn't quite find the mark either. Nice pre-throw from Potter. Yeah, it came in a little bit too hot before the player could both release their ball and set themselves for a catch. Storm 1's now on play ball. Nice 2-ball attack, takes out two players. Howard punishes Jones as a result. But a trade that benefits Storm 1 more than it benefits Storm 2, certainly. Two balls from Shine, nice, good double counters. You'd hear the shout from here, but from Shine to Potter about who they were going to go at. As soon as Shine gets out of the way of those first 2 balls, and the double counter opportunity arises, they take it with aplomb. Howard does survive the 3-ball attack though. She's got a tall task ahead of her though, with 4 balls in hand. Storm 1's now with possession. And they do make the hit with 3 balls this time. Storm 1's doing well to assert their authority a little bit now. So much so that they're making a substitution at this stage. Meg Shine is having a bit of a breather. Tamara Herfer has been a bit of a mainstay for the Storm seconds, but finds herself promoted today. Straight into the thick of it, protecting against any quick start opportunities. Tested out early doors. Normally a fairly good tactic to, whenever a player comes in as a substitute, they're normally the recipient of one of the first couple of volleys. Try and catch them cold a little bit, but she does want to stay alive this so far. 2-ball attack on Jones, doesn't find the mark, and LaPlante punishes her opposing winger. And her for showing exactly why she's been brought up to the ones so far. 2-ball attack, dodges out of the way, one catches the other. Very nicely done.
Storm 1 just getting hits after hits now. They're really finding their
Yeah,
own.
they've really found their mojo a little bit. Playing with confidence and a bit of pizzazz and verve. Possibly maybe a little reckless throwing away that 4th ball. Doesn't quite find the mark of Milne.
Oh, lucky. Almost went for the
Yeah,
catch.
LaPlante pays for possibly giving away possession. 2-ball attack makes a good hit from Storm 2's there. It's a 1-catch game so far. Single ball attack doesn't find Jones. Jones possessing some serious pressure and presence up court. Milton fairly unfazed by it. 2-ball attack takes out Smith, and Jones punishes with the counter. Storm 1's doing very well in terms of ensuring that if a hit does get made, then they often do punish as a result. Particularly with Storm 2 haven't had too bad a success rate with their double ball attacks, but Storm 1 doing very well in terms of punishing their second team. So here we are again with a 4-on-1. Double counter does very well to track her jump. Yeah, we mentioned around teams doing when a team plays their own seconds team, knowing everyone's tendencies and habits is always one thing, but it's also quite hard to ensure that you don't take your foot off the pedal when things are going quite smoothly, and they are for the ones at the moment. The twos really need to start making a bit more headway so far. Find themselves the 3 balls again, having just made a hit from the early start. LaPlante doesn't find the mark, and Jones equal to the counter. Two-ball attacks, Smith survives. They are rewarded for going for 2 balls and then they get 1 back. They're now Storm 2's now in a decent position for countering. Jones throws a searching single in the middle. No connection on that one. Big aggression from Jones to take out Howard. Howard's too preoccupied from the pre-throw from Smith that she's a sitting duck for Jones. Yeah, Jones is pretty merciless in her punishment of Howard. 2-ball attack takes and LaPlante makes the catch. Double counter doesn't find the mark though. So it's now a 6-on-3 in favour of Storm 1's. Block from LaPlante. Storm 2's again electing to go very much at ball holders an awful lot of the time, wary of the countering threat that their ones possess. The 2-ball attack doesn't find the mark though. Storm 1's won't mind too much about giving away possession to only 3 Storm 2's. So much so that Potter gives away the 5th. Not put to brilliant use though. The slightly sporadic 2-ball attack results in a catch from Amsar in the middle. Brilliant work from Tara Jones in the middle. Sees that pre-throw come in and almost abandons her throwing ability because she knows that if she catches that, then she's absolved from any invalid attempts if she makes that catch, and makes that catch she sure does. It's a 1v6. Don't see it happen very often when these get turned around, but it's the task she's faced with now. Double counter results in a catching out, though. And that's the end of the set, unfortunately. So yeah, starting off with a very nice catching out, but too little too late, unfortunately, for the twos. Storm ones. Sorry again. Storm ones take another 2 set points. Single ball test out Smith. Again, wary of the catching ability possessed in the middle of Storm 1. Storm 2 electing to go a lot of ball holders. Double counter doesn't take out Howard. Nice pressure from Herfer to prevent any third phase opportunity. Single ball at Potter. Doesn't get through a block. Nice injection of pace from the Storm 1 pair to secure that hit with the double counter, even though she goes for the trays. And that actually was the final action of the half. So Storm 1's taking another couple of set points to lead us into half time. Yeah, Storm 1's kind of showing why they are the ones, certainly so far in this game. Yeah, the twos have been showing flashes of brilliance, but a lot of the sets have been fairly comfortable for the ones, being able to utilise possession a lot better than their counterparts so far. That's subsequently been forcing Storm 2 girls to throw at ball holders an awful lot more, because their middle have been catching an awful lot, and that's a kind of vicious circle with Storm 2s having to throw more balls to try and get hits on ball holders. Means they have possession even less as a result in the game, and Storm 1s are putting it to good use. So yeah, this is probably the point of the game where the twos potentially start experimenting with a few different tactics from here. They've tried an awful lot of what their plan A might be, and not a lot of it has worked from the ones. The ones being equal to pretty much everything they've thrown at them, literally and metaphorically. So yeah, whether it's a point where you might see a few more maybe standing counters or something from the Storm 2s. Just try and throw the ones off their game a little bit and give them something else to think about, because so far it's been a bit one-way traffic, unfortunately. Still, only halfway through the game, and yeah, there's still 15 minutes of dodgeball left to play. So Storm 2 have got to be happy to take it one set at a time and just kind of grind through the motions a little bit more. Quick update on the other game in Women's Super League happening at the moment. Bedford Mighty Eagles are currently up 9-3 against Bedford Rangers. Yeah, no love lost between the two Bedford clubs, but Eagles having the upper hand so far. Here in the Storm Derby, it is the ones throwing out the camera now. Suffering the first hit. Potter gets pinged by Milne. Nice double counters again. You'd hear the shout from you could hear the countdown from Herfer from here, to make sure those two balls were exactly on the same target at the same time. Nice shots from Dench and Martin to take out Shine, who's now moved over to the right hand side. Storm 1's right hand side, that is. 3 balls, looking for Blanchard, but yeah, she does well to tuck herself away very nicely. 4 balls in the hands of Storm 2. They can afford to make some inroads here. Big laterals, results in no hits. Two balls take out Martin. Like we said with Storm 2's, focusing a lot of their target on ball holders. Storm 1's starting to do the same, but actually securing a hit from it. Still 1 up in the game though, Storm 2's. But for how long? Not very. Double counter again, very well executed in case Howard can't block both balls. Storm 1 doing well to whittle down the deficit. Dench, I think, has survived that. No, she hasn't. Ashar has taken her out on the way down. From a 3v6 to a 3v2. Nice dodging from Thompson. Pretty well timed 3-ball attack from the ones, but does well to get out the way of them. Will we see another double counter here? They sure will, but Blanchard does well to get out the way. Herford doing well to mix up proceedings a little bit more. Throws in that standing counter after the running counters have been having fairly good joy so far, but a nice change. It's up in the air. She's taken it. Brilliant work from Thompson. The last action of the set. Apologies, everyone. My operators abandoned me, so I'm on timing duty and scoreboard duty and commentating duty. I'm not doing any of them brilliantly, but here we go. Storm 2 winning that middle ball. No real desire to throw a quick start in. Howard does well to survive that double counter again. Storm 2 elected to go for a bit more expansive with throwing at empty targets. Works out well for them there. Herford doing well to call off the double counter. As soon as she thinks that some balls might be escaping their grasp, so they don't want to throw them all away. Although Rachel Potter takes a very nice catch off Katie Howard's pre-throw. 3 balls in the hands of Storm 1, so a player up after that catch. 2 balls fired at Mill. Blanchard fires off a reply, but doesn't find the mark. Blanchard again coming under some heavy fire from her opposing winger, but no balls finding their targets. Storm 2 is doing well in terms of mixing up exactly what it is they're doing. Not always failing from running counters or 2-ball attacks or single-ball attacks, whatever it may be. They do go for a 2-ball attack, but don't quite find the mark. Which leaves Milne open to the counter attack. 2-ball attack takes out Dench. Yeah, popped up in the air, but slightly too far ahead of her for her to dive and make that one. Single ball from Blanchard does find the mark. Potter has a think about looking for it, but decides to go against it. Catch from Thompson catches the pre-throw from Shine. Now only one player down for Storm 2s. Oh, nearly a second one from Thompson. Unlucky. She'll be kicking herself for that one. Set herself perfectly for it, but sometimes they just don't stick. Brilliant pressure. There's realizing that that's the 4th ball that Storm 2 could have. Makes it as difficult as possible for them to grab it. Grab it, she cannot. 3-ball release takes out Herfer, but Martin is countered out as a result, and I think it was time prior to the hit, but I think Storm 1 were up in players anyway. So the set goes to Storm 1 again. There's a timeout being called, or has there? Yes, after some discussion, Storm 2 have decided to use their timeout. You see Storm 2 have been trying to vary their game a little bit more, but Storm 1 seem to have had all the answers so far. Update in the other court, so Bedford Eagles have extended their lead. It's now 13-3 against Bedford Rangers. And it looks like they're up in the set they're currently playing, so could potentially see that lead extending even further. Bedford Eagles really need a bit of a miracle to get their Super League season back up, backfiring on all cylinders again to try and hunt down the top 3. They're making a good start on it so far. After a bit of a patchy fixture last time out, they seem to be stepping their authority a little bit more. Storm 1 doing similar. I said at the start in terms of they are probably more concerned about the teams below them than the teams above them. Yeah, they're making light work of their seconds so far. Here we go, back underway. Not the best coordinated quick start from Storm 2s. Dench and Howard both releasing. 4 balls now in the hand of Storm 1s. They try and punish Dench, but do not find her. Woodgate on the far left-hand side is a new entry for Storm 2s at this point. Vic Milne's having a little breather on the side. So in amongst all that, 2-ball attack onto Woodgate. She does want to survive that, but Blanchard throws the post throw at Herfer, who takes a really nice catch in the middle. Herfer then, with that extra ball to play with, then puts it to very good use to take out Woodgate as she looks to cover. Storm 1's now on play 3. They do release 3 at Katie Thompson, and she was always going to struggle with that one. 4 balls down the hand of Storm 2. Jones applying an awful lot of pressure, enough to put Storm 2 on play ball. Slightly disjointed throwing. Yeah, I don't think Dench realised that they were on play ball. So I think by the letter of the law, that hit shouldn't have counted, but hit nonetheless. Unless you went over the line. Nice intent from Howard, but as soon as she realises that Jones is napping a little bit in the middle, she tries to seize that opportunity, but Jones does well to get out of the way. She's now left with a very uphill task. Clever blocking to try and G up for a teammate to catch. Howard does well to dodge the double counters. She might have all 5 to play with now. Tries finding the shoelaces of Meg Shine, but she does enough to get out the way. Shine now doing well to protect a lot of her middle players. The inevitable double counter attempt, nicely executed by Storm Ones. Storm 1 not elected to contest the middle ball. Howard takes the opportunity to go for a fairly risk-free quick start, but yeah, the block is equal to it. Nice catch from Woodgate. Does well to duck out the way of the high ball and catch the low one. Big movements from Hofer in the middle. Post throw from Jones, doesn't quite find the mark of Martin. Woodgate now looking again for Jones. And Dench punishes Jones as she goes up. Nice opportunistic, and it gets a nice thumbs up from Jones. That's the feel good we love to see. Howard does want to dodge the 2-ball attack. Storm 2 happy to engage in the multi-ball volley exchange, and why not when you're throwing like that? Great shot from Kate Howard, goes under the block of Smith. 6-3 now in favour of Storm 2s. We've been here before. 3 balls takes out Dench. Storm 1 won't necessarily be panicking at this stage. Single from Woodgate is blocked. Single from Herfer goes under Howard. Yeah, pressure from the Storm 1 wingers, putting Storm 2 on play ball. With them being on play ball, then the pre-throw comes in on the central player, but Martin does well to punish. A 1v1, a 1-for-1 trade, which benefits Storm 2. Loss of control, unfortunate from Martin. Does well to get out of the way of Herfer's ball, but the block isn't equal to the other one. So from a 6-on-3, it's now a much less comfortable lead for Storm 2. Even less so under that. Yeah, there's a bit of debate about that one, but it was a catch from Herfer. And a bounce from the follow-up from Howard. Don't think there are any arguments around. Nice composure from Shine to tell her team to hold as soon as that pre-throw comes in. They don't use the 3 balls particularly well. Howard does well to get out the way. Can't punish on the counter. Woodgate very close to that back line. Hereford tries getting a trade, but neither player finds their mark. Nice discipline again from Shine. Yeah, that's the end of the set. Storm 1's doing well to turn that set around. Storm 1 do contest that middle ball this time. Nonetheless, Storm 2 do go through with that quick start. Martin tests out Herfer's block. No problem for her. Plenty of balls released in amongst all that. Dench does take out Potter, but Shine makes her pay with her life. Howard does throw an extra one in there for good measure. 4 balls in the hands of Storm Ones. Nice catch from Katie Thompson. She's really found her feet this game. Nice work from the ball. Nice work from the ball retriever Will Shu there. That ball could have gone into contested territory, resulted in 2 balls in the hands rather than 3. That then prompted all of this trading sequence, in which LaPlante is traded out somewhere. 4 balls in the hands of Storm 2 now. They do track a big lateral dodge from Tamara Herfer, and Shine takes out Dench. I know Shine's already been called out. I think maybe from a double hit or a line infringement. Not entirely sure, but Dench won't mind. She's still in the game. Now left with Tara Jones. Howard, very nice safe blocking. No chance of blocking it into her teammates with that. They're on play ball now. Storm 2 are going to have to go. Jones takes a hit. And the 3-ball attack takes her out. Storm 2 on the board. And to be honest, I think on the balance of play, they've deserved to not come away with nil points on this one. Yeah, nothing more than a consolation, couple of points at this point, but they'll take them nonetheless. Milne does well to survive the double counters from Potter and Herfer. Two-ball attack takes out Shine. Reply from Potter takes out Martin. Milne tests her out, but she's equal to it. Nice work from Milne, dodging that 3-ball attack and getting the counter hit for good measure. And I think, in amongst all that, that might have been the end of the game. So Storm 2 take that final set to mean that the final score is, I think, 20 points to 4 in favour of Storm 1s. Yeah, a nice commandeering performance from Storm Ones. Yeah, always a tricky fixture to playing their seconds, because it's one that you should never be losing on paper. But playing on paper and playing at St George's Park are 2 very different things. But Storm 1 making it look easy, and a very nice collective storm at the end. All right, so next up we've got Leamington Spartans against Stafford Raptors. So we will see you in a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Women's Super League. You're joined, or I'm joined, by the wonderful and guest commentator, Tamas Ward.
Wonderful.
The legend himself has graced the microphone.
Yeah, you're all welcome, everyone, before I start. Yeah, looking forward to this game. Haven't watched much of Raptors at all, actually, to be honest, this season.
They're one of those wildcard teams. I think, you know, when you look in sort of comparisons to other leagues, it was the Milton Keynes Cyclone in Super League a couple seasons ago when no one really knew what to expect from them. They're a bit of a wild card. They're hard to read early on. Exactly. You know, Spartans, though, bags of experience.
I mean, huge amounts of experience, very well drilled. So pretty much, unless Raptors can really mess with their sort of rhythm, their system, it's going to be a very tough match for Raptors. But yeah, I'm interested. There's a lot of sort of clutch players in the Raptors team, so I reckon we might see some interesting catches, interesting hits, etc. So, and they could turn around games. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
2 15-minute halves. Those 15 minutes halves comprised of 3-minute sets. At the end of the 3-minute sets, if obviously the set timer ends, it's the team with the most amount of players that will take the win. Obviously, we can have a draw at the end of those 3 minutes. Spartans, I'm not sure. Are they top of the table at the moment?
Ooh,
Let me
that's a good question. I haven't seen it recently, to be honest with you.
A look into the league tables.
I know it's very close at the top there.
They are top by set difference. 8 points.
8 points, that's
yeah.
it.
There's
So
3 teams actually tied. Leamington Spartans, Derby Phantoms, East Anglia Valkyries.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And to be honest, like, with games like this, I'd imagine Spartans would be looking to go for points difference. You would expect them to win this game. And they'll be sitting there, looking at the top of the table, how tight it is, and they'll be wanting every single game here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some quite quick sets.
That middle ball is picked up by Raptors, though.
Oh, that's an unbelievable. Oh, what a catch. I was about to say, what a shot from Lucy Barrington. It is caught behind.
Yeah.
Very unlucky, but a great catch from the Raptors.
Are you a fan of the ricochet catch or not a fan? It's a very Marmite sort of rule, I guess.
It's Marmite, depending on who it's happening to. If it's happening to you, it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
But if you're getting a ricochet catch, then happy days. I mean, I had one earlier where it hit 3 people, caught by the 4th.
Oh.
That was one I had earlier against Spartans.
Fuming.
Oh, man. Couldn't believe it. Even got a blue card for swearing.
Oh, and there's...
There you go, ricochet hit. See, another one of these rules. It's interesting.
Yeah. And that ball just bouncing before Lottie Millington.
Oh, a great standing counter from Bateman. Just as her arm was up, it's perfect timing. Couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah. And that's what you're looking for. It's that position that you set your body into, that when you're sort of in that wide stance, I guess, as you're throwing.
Yeah. Yeah, you see Becky Harper's got that very kind of high wind-up with her arm right in the air. So it does leave her body. She gets some good power behind her, which is why it's a good throw, but it does leave her body quite open for, as it just happened, a standing counter. Oh, I thought that hit. Amy Jones getting out of the way of that one well.
Interesting to only throw the single, but as Bateman throws the single, Meg White, that's her bread and butter.
That is her bread and butter. Bateman getting baited, unfortunately. Yeah, see that control from Spartans there. Like, they could have quite easily gone up and thrown, but they knew they had ball possession.
It's
so
the discipline, you know.
Very good discipline.
Would you say that's somewhat the meta of play style in a lot of the teams, that you're waiting for those 3 instead of running counter?
Well, it seems to be. If you compare in the men, for example, Meteors and Spartans, 2 top in the league, of course, the Spartans tend to come out on top just because they're so disciplined, and they're waiting for Meteors to have a mistake, you know, try and go for those kind of clutch plays that don't always come out. So, yes, that seems to be the meta these days. Bit boring, if you ask me.
Yeah, Holly Edmonds against 3 very experienced dodgeballers. Oh, great catch. It's what she was known for. You know, she took a long break out from dodgeball, but she seems to be back, sort of.
Seems to be. One of Reetham's finest. There's a few of us around. Blocked into the floor, I think. Yeah, that was a great catch. Bringing back Manon as well. Manon's got a decent arm. And a draw.
Yeah. And Raptors will happily take that.
That's what I was saying earlier with these clutch plays. Like, we saw Spartans pretty much dominate most of that game, but then Raptors come in with a clutch play and then draw the set. So, yeah. Interesting game to come, I should think.
So obviously that first set, a draw. So both teams do take 1 point.
Oh, another double hit.
This time in the other way.
Exactly. Yeah, Barrington with that kind of cross court is almost, you know, more likely to kind of get these kind of glancing hits onto another player. So, yeah, very effective, and that worked very well just then. Ooh, spin throw.
Bateman happily going to pressure high up into that court, is where she likes playing.
Yeah, Raptors seem to be preferring playing with the 2 balls rather than the 3. For just that reason. Wow, what a great catch from Bateman.
There's that split decision where Millington looks for that catch there. You know, it's the one that she likes to take that around that chest area, even move it into it sometimes.
Just about to say, there's about 4 or 5 exchanges there where there wasn't any players out. It was great dodging from both teams. Raptors seem to be not focusing just on one person with 2 balls, which is interesting. They're going for like a split call, going at 2 separate targets. Whether that's intentional or not, I'm not sure, but an interesting way of doing it. Nice standing.
Really nice. It does obviously give Spartans 5 balls, but none find the target.
Interesting. Bateman as well, just getting out of the way of those.
Good timing, and sometimes that can somewhat be the curse, that when they're timed so perfectly, it's a nice, easy dodge for some players.
Yeah, because you only have to make 1 movement rather than 4 or 5 movements if they're all coming at different times. Yes, they're less likely to be caught, but it does mean that you can kind of force a movement, then get a hit once they've made the big dodge or whatever they've done. Can't be a catch there, surely not. It was hit into the ground, it's got to be out. Yeah, Meg White's just questioning whether that was a catch or not.
I think she makes the catch, then puts her hand down.
I think she just caught it using the floor, so I don't think that should count as a catch.
That would be down to mostly the line refs that probably have the better view closer towards Meg White.
Yeah, they're also arguing whether she went over the back line, which I think she did, but yeah, I'm not sure if the catch should have counted in the first place, but you know, it's up to the refs, and I'm sure they got a better view than I do. And so they have put it as a catch and out.
Lancaster against Jones there, I believe.
So Alex Lancaster left in for Raptors, Welsh international. Spartans take that set. Great control at the end. Great catch from Meg White. That kind of turned it round. They were 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Ended up with 3-on-1. And yeah, you'd expect them to see out the set from there.
And it's that positive trace that Meg White is always looking for. She knows she's always going to look at securing that catch.
Oh. Loxie getting the catch eventually.
Yep.
Karen with that kind of bowling arm, it's so unpredictable, so hard to play against, because it's kind of, not only does it's hard to know when she's going to release, so you don't know where it's going to come from, but it also curls as well in the air. Oh, I don't think that was it. Hit as well. Fair enough, refs.
Personally thought that was a bounce, but rest closer up. Call that as
It's a great catch in the first place, so
yeah, really
she got
nice
a catch regardless, but yeah.
It's that sort of like knees inward that she's always making that catch. She gets down so low. And
it's a great hit from Holly Edmonds.
Yeah. Maybe the problem that when you find yourself a little taller than others, it's hard sometimes to pick the legs up sort of on that. Holly Edmonds has obviously read into that, and the low sort of throw comes from her taking out Barrington.
Yeah. That's a nice block. Oh. Oh, she blocked it to a player. Oh dear. Maybe it wasn't such a nice block. Spartans up by one player again in this set. This is where we'll probably see their control come out. Yeah, see only one ball being thrown there.
And a defensive single ball as well.
Yeah, from the middle, you've got both wingers sat on the outside, ready to press or protect as needed. So, yeah, very safe throw there from the Spartans. Oh, that ball's rolling.
Unlucky there because, you know, somewhat maybe a little bit of the retriever not catching the ball before it comes back onto court. Obviously, Spartans then happily going to pressure with a 3 to get that 4th ball.
Great dodging.
Yeah, Dixon, however, finds the dodge.
Yeah, the same thing with St George's. We do have a gap at the back of the court on the far side there, but the wall is still obviously a hard wall, so the balls do end up bouncing. It's a little bit more difficult on that side to keep the tension of the balls, so it can make a difference coming into from first to second half, basically, when you swap sides.
That swinging sort of like when Amy Jones throws, it's you know, it's got so much power, but it's got the dip on it.
Yeah,
it's so hard to read.
A good amount of spin as well.
Yeah.
Just like I was saying about Karen's, Amy's also does that. She can get the kind of curl across, but she can also do like backspin as well. So it's quite unpredictable, and it's got a good amount of power. So yeah, it's a very good throw. That's a great hit. And another very controlled Spartans win there. Raptors are staying in it all the way into the end of the set, so they're doing some great dodges. I think they're just not making the most of when they do have the balls. Need to try and make those hits, be aggressive, be positive.
It's the composure from Spartans every time, though. Even if they're losing those couple of players early on, or they're going down in those sets, it's sort of the composure, because every set has almost gone to 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure it has, and it's that sort of composure throughout the 3 minutes and making the right decisions at the right times.
So we just had one change here. Meg White comes off. Lisa Storch takes her place. Another strong winger. See what she brings.
Recently back from injury, I believe, also.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I was going to say I haven't seen her for a while.
So the 2 different targets again, and it does catch Spartans a little off guard there. Barrington, I think, tracks the first one that's coming way away from her, and the second one catches her a little off guard.
Yeah, this is this kind of like unpredictability that I was talking about before this game started. I don't think you'd see a play like that coming from Spartans, for example. But Raptors made that work. It's not going to work every time, but they made that work.
And that ball not quite retrieved by Matt Mans, who sprints to the centre line to try and retrieve the 3rd for Spartans.
Great dodge. Very nice exchange there from Spartans. Some really good dodging. And then the trade there, obviously managing to get out of the way.
Plenty of power behind that throw, that on the wing there. And it's what you're looking for, it's that high press up court and making sure that when you're going into a running counter that you're taking those couple of steps early on.
Absolutely. Great press. Oh, that's a shot though.
Oh, great shot.
Unbelievable shot. Just from a standing start as well. Oof.
But the play ball was on for Raptors, so they had to release the other one, and now...
Oh, another one! That is huge. Oh, and then the hit. Fair enough. Okay.
I think Becky Arbors was not valid.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that was quite the exchange there.
Yeah.
Alex Lancaster with 2 very good standing counters.
But Millington,
yeah, it does make a couple of hits there, so it brings it back to 2-all.
Just under 10 seconds now, so they will have to play some smart dodgeball. Play ball is on. Will Raptors look for the catch, or will they dodge out the way?
Lottie with another hit. I think that's 3 hits.
Oh, that's very good from
2-1.
And it's what we spoke about at the start of the set, the composure at the end. You know, didn't need to rush anything, didn't need to push forward to look for the, you know, aggressive hits. They came forward, they threw 2.
No, it was nice. Storch's ball was a lot higher as well, so it kind of forced the kind of movement upwards, and then Lottie's just straight in the body. So, yeah, very nice throw. Great hit from Lucy. Taking out Alex, that's a big player to get out as well.
Yeah, so
another invalid call. Yeah, Holly's throws they're powerful enough, but they seem to be going very low.
Yeah.
I think that's just caught her out this time. Another 2 target throw from Stafford.
No, they both go for Bateman. That's a good wing play there. Aggressive from Spartans, and just making sure we're going into that final minute now.
Oh, man on.
It's that one that's always just out of reach. You know, when you're on your back foot.
That was in the pocket as
well.
I've seen it take so many of those. Very unfortunate. But great power. Becky Harp gets the catch in the second time of asking, but very good catch nonetheless. Very nice. Yeah, Spartans in full control mode now. 6 players v1. This would be quite the comeback with the Raptors.
Now, if they do finish this within 20 seconds or so, there will be a minute set.
It bounced anyway.
Bounce first, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure you need to be going for catches like that necessarily, but I suppose if they want the minute set, they want the points, I suppose. Yeah, very good half from Spartans. After a slightly shaky start, they've come back and dominated the next few games. I think with Stafford, for the second half, they just need to work on their throwing, as I mentioned throughout that half. If they're going up with 3 balls and they're releasing 2, they have to be the same target. I think it's as simple as that. They're not getting much joy from those kind of different targets, whether that's intentional, I'm not sure. They're getting some decent comeback from standing counters, catches. So they're definitely within these games. It's just Spartans, like I say, just not panicking.
I think showing the class throughout the end of the set.
And using the whole set as well. 3 minutes is a long time, well, especially in dodgeball terms. There's plenty of time to come back, make catches, change the whole game. And I think that's exactly what Spartans did. They just waited for those opportunities to come around, and they took them. Yeah, very nice half, I have to say. Very well played. Really well played.
And it's not like Raptors have been out a lot of the sets, in so many sets they've actually been within it and been up.
Yeah,
it's sort of the class and the composure that we see from that Raptor, from the Spartan side. Is what we say about Spartans a lot, time and time again. They've got that different level of play. We know how aggressive they can be, but when they want to sit back and they play the game out, it's something they've been working on this season. Last season they weren't great at it in terms of their sort of composed game. This year we've seen it a lot better from them, and sort of these slower sets where they're playing out the 3 minutes. Spartans have really looked calm and collected throughout that.
They have indeed, and it's almost as if they're coming into the last minute of the game. They may only be maybe a player up or even equal, but they're still not worrying about it. They back themselves to make that hit before the end of the game to win it. So yeah, it's been a very good half. some strange looks over here. And we go to the second half. Spartans come up with a 3, release 1, man on. Oh, she's dropped it. That's unlucky. Great catch from Karen.
Maddie, how do you start the second half?
Press second half. Technical issues for the second half, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, back to this game. Spartans once more in a very commanding position. They've got 4 balls now, 2 players up. Again, we'd expect to see them win this set, and that's a hit first for the catch. Great throwing. Once more, they've got 4. Now a 3-player advantage.
So the set timers might be a little out, but we are both underway on those timers now.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
The score is definitely correct, 9-1 for Spartans at the half, and already down 3 players in this set, so not the start they'd be after in this second half.
That's much better throwing from Stafford. It was together, it's accurate. It's good dodging from Spartans, of course, but I think that's what Stafford needs to do a bit more. Just trust themselves and each other. Go for aggressive and good hits. Good dodging from Holly.
Yeah, it bounces just before it hits her toes, so obviously that ball has become a dead one.
Great ball retrieval from Jack. Look at that. Lovely. Oh. Inches away from Luce Barrington's legs there, but she's got out of the way of it. Another cross court.
It's that cross court that you see from Barrington time and time again. It catches so many people off guard.
It's with the eyes as well. She's not looking anywhere near that side of the court. Opens her body up and throws it over there. So I'm not surprised it catches people out, to be honest. It's hard to read. Very good game management from Spartans. Still maintaining that 3-player advantage. Only releasing when they have to. Holly goes up. That's a fantastic hit. Well done.
Becky Harper obviously goes low for that block, but I think in the position that Holly is in, she's sort of like caught the side of her leg, so it's very good that she's gone wide in that play.
So you need kind of like aggressive blocking, is what I'd like to call it, where you really shove your ball into that block. Spartans take that set. Yeah, very controlled from Spartans pretty much that entire game. Raptors didn't really have an answer. They started doing some more stuff at the end, but yeah, Spartans still had enough of a player advantage. Raptors with the 3 this time. Let's see if they do anything with it. Decide to hold.
The score obviously now 11-1. And Spartans will need that at the top of the table. It's that set difference that really is going to sort of separate those top tier teams.
Bateman with the standing counter. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the game. Basically, they want to win this, but they also want to win it by a good margin. 8 set difference is basically nothing at the top of the table.
Yeah.
That's crazy close. So this is doing a lot for them. That's 10 points already difference, so they'll be looking for every single set here. Good block.
For Raptors, a bit of damage management and a damage limitation, sort of at the bottom, sort of end of the bottom end of Super League. Women's Super League. You want to, staying up in that Super League does such a big thing for your club, because it almost gets those players in and is interested within your club itself.
Definitely. Well, I mean, even Raptors themselves obviously gained a couple of players even just last season because they are Super League. Lucy Barrington with that cross court again, so effective.
Yeah.
So effective. Yeah, I think when you're in a game like this, I think you basically have to just try and play your game as much as possible and try not to let Spartans in this example force the mistake out of you, because that's what they're looking for. They're waiting for that mistake. They're waiting for you to go for that like high. Can't remember the word. High risk play. There you go. Oh, I got there eventually.
And finally, they get that running counter. It makes the 4-on-3 now a 4-on-2. Just under a minute.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I think Spartans, because they've got such great pressure on, Raptors are almost on their way back before they've even thrown it, so the throws aren't as powerful as they normally would be. Gosh, she stayed in court well there. Carrying huge hit on Holly.
Late throw from Barrington as Bateman somewhat picking the ball up, but gets the ball in her hand in perfect time to make that a block.
Yeah, Lucy's always looking for where your eyes are, and if they're not up, she's probably going to be throwing you. Yeah, Bateman's got this interesting curling throw. I like it. I wonder if she's been working on that standing counter. And the finish from Spartans.
Yet again, that set going to time.
Pretty imperious at the moment. Nothing seems to be phasing them in terms of what Raptors are doing.
And sometimes that is the best way to somewhat sort of assess a team, that, that slow play style. It's then not forcing Raptors to do anything aggressive because, they can't afford to, because Spartans are just going to sit back every time.
Yeah. Especially when Spartans more often than not have the possession of the ball, so they're either waiting for a mistake or they've got possession and they're going to be punishing you basically. Yeah, I'm not surprised there's been a timeout called. Raptors really need to regroup and rethink about how they're going to approach this game.
So with 11 set points down, Raptors are going to have to pull something magical out of the bag to turn this game around in that remaining 8 minutes 35. But then they'll be looking for those sets because, like we said, at the bottom of the table, I guess it's just as close on set difference than it is at the top.
I'm sure it is. And games like these, if they are getting, anything more than 1 point, so you're looking at anything extra, that's just an added bonus, especially within those battles. Raptors with the 3 once more. I imagine they'll set. See how many they release.
Single ball comes in from Raptors.
Good dodging from both sides. That's been 3 or 4 throws now where nothing's happened in terms of hits. It's good patient gameplay. But an excellent catch from Karen once more. She's just waiting for people just to throw it like that. She loves it. Great work. And a 2-ball attack takes out Bateman.
Goes a little wide, trying to take that catch out wide, and sometimes they're the ones that pick up the injuries, those sort of
horrible bending back fingers, stubbing fingers, nasty. That's a much better throw from Stafford there. They did have the 4 balls, I know, but that was much more well timed and accurate. Need to see more of that, really. She was set for the catch, that's so unlucky. Oh, she
I thought she had it.
I thought she had it
Yeah.
about 10 times, but yeah.
Pop's just out of reach from her. So now, Holly Edmonds.
Her in once more. Slippery customer. She's not easily out. Decent arm as well. Can catch. She's more known for her agility, getting out of the way, and her throw, of course. What a catch!
Oh my
Just
goodness.
like that. Take it all back. I
Perfect.
take it all back. I'm very sorry. She's known for her nutty catches. Oh, okay. No. Storch taking a very controlled catch there. Edmonds, unfortunately, falling into that trap of throwing directly down. Elisa's throat. Oh, she's dropped it. Oh. Some miscommunication, a mistake, a very uncommon mistake from Spartans. Almost meant
Could have been a costly one.
Could have been a costly one, but they've just about gotten away with that.
Yeah.
Lucy with the quick start, not connecting this time. Oh, and there's 4 balls. Again, and a very uncommon mistake from Spartans. Let's see if, just like last time, let's see if Stafford can make Spartans pay with the 4 balls. No hits either side. Wow.
Very close. Bateman's ball, I think, kind of just curves over the top of Spartans.
Yeah. Becky Harper getting out of the way well there. That was a quick counter from Holly. Just gets herself to the side. It's a very good dodge. Holly with a great counter once more, getting out Barrington. Stafford are up. This is not often we've said that this during this game. I wonder if you can make Spartans panic. Oh, it's a great double running. Back equal again.
Both teams equal, 5 players apiece. Can Spartans do anything here? And they do. It's another 1-for-1 trade. Make that a 2-for-1. Bateman and Dixon go out in that play.
Yeah. Great dodge from Becky Harper once more. Being in that middle there, you're often targeted, so it's very important that you can shift yourself about, get yourself moving, and get those dodges in. Oh, great catch! Another ricochet. Whatever you feel about them, they are exciting, I suppose.
Yeah.
Keep it fun and interesting.
Oh, Millington looks for the first one.
That's a very good coordinated attack there from Stafford.
Yep.
It's what we were talking about in the first half, where they weren't doing. But I've seen it a few times where they are doing it, and they are being successful, so let's keep doing that, hopefully. Great standing from Eliza. How am I spelling Eliza? Eliza?
Elisa Storch.
Elisa Storch.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
I knew that, I promise.
I'm sure I'll be told wrong.
Yeah, yes. Storch.
That's it, yeah.
That's it.
Single ball from Becky Harper.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if you see Spartans release more than 1 ball here. They don't mind if they withdraw their set. Doesn't really make a huge difference for them. There you go. Composure there to finish the draw.
16-2, going into somewhat what could be the final set. Just over 2 minutes left on the clock.
Karen drops one for the first time. Huh? Oh, maybe a bounce. My apologies.
It looked very close.
Yeah, I don't know. Been a long day. My eyes are going all funny. Need a coffee or something.
Single ball, and it just somewhat coming to that end of the 30 minutes. Now, Spartans taking care, I guess, in this final set, which could be a final set. Oh, and a double hit. Barrington with that cross court that we've seen so deadly in this game.
Oh. It's hard when you got a ball being given to you.
It's always a tough one because in that ball retriever spot, what do? You're trying to gift that ball because you prove so much more a threat when you have sort of a ball in your hand.
I think it's a bit of a catch-22 because if you give the ball and then they get hit, it's because you gave them the ball, you're distracted.
Oh,
them.
of course, yeah.
And then if you don't give them the ball, it's like, well, there's nothing
Why
to
did you
protect
not
yourself.
get the ball?
Yeah. Oh, great catch. But you're off the back of the court, though, love.
Yeah, catching out there.
Holly
Can Holly Edmonds last that 30 seconds? Or will Spartans?
I think that answers your question.
There you go. So, one player left in for the side of Raptors now, or 1v5. Now, does she last the 15 seconds? Or does Spartans... Oh, and it was less than 15 seconds. Oh, there we go. But that is the end of the game. The final score, Leamington Spartans 18, Stafford Raptors 2. A good result for Spartans. They were calm and collected throughout, and they picked up the points that they needed at the top of the table.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how Spartans wanted to play that game, to be perfectly honest. I think they'd be very happy with that performance. They set themselves to win comfortably, and that's exactly what they did. The Raptors, unfortunately, like I say, they started to come, we saw sort of glimpses of what they can do with the catches, with the standing counters, with their full and free ball attacks, but it just wasn't as consistent as you probably would like. And I think they'll be looking to work on that for the next games coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the penultimate game of Women's Super League for this round. London Storm 2 face off against Bedford Mighty Eagles. My name's Greg Whitehouse and I'm joined by...
Myself, Catherine Thomas.
Is that your full name?
Yeah, I panicked, I'm not going to lie, Greg. You pointed at me and I went full name. So I think this will be currently 4th, I believe, against 7th or 8th, depending on quite where the table sat at the end of last meet. We've had the first round of fixtures, so that will of course be a little bit different, but this league's full of surprises, so Bedford Eagles really will be wanting a definitive win here, but London Storm have been surprising everyone up and down the league, so it'll be interesting to see what they make of this one. Good block there on the right wing from Storm 2. Abby Gower's a big threat on that counter, so they'll be wanting to deal with that.
Storm 2 currently sat in 9th.
9th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anything they can get out of this, be it a draw or a win, will really help them out. It's very congested down the bottom of the table, so every point matters.
Ball pops up.
No. Didn't get the ricochet here, but Katie Howard's gone, so that gives the Bedford Eagles ladies a 1-player advantage. They're not scared of giving a block at her feet by Abby Gower, but doesn't make the hit with the counter. We've got 2 hits. Yeah. Ricochet hit on the right-hand side there for Storm 2. That's unfortunate. Oh, and here we go. This is what Bedford Eagles are so good at. You give them an inch and they take a mile.
Oh! Gower catches, but she catches before the hit on Sarah Town.
Yeah, so we've just got Emily Dench looking to see. Oh, unfortunate there. Yeah. So player out. A lot of confusions with the referees. Referees called 2 hits, and that'll be the end of the set. There we go.
Okay, Alex got.
Yeah, got distraction on the left, distraction on the right. No one knows what's going on, but that is 2 points to Bedford Mighty Eagles. And a fairly definitive start. So both teams only sending the 2 runners. Sarah Town thinks better of the quick start. Oh, nearly an excellent catch by Vic Milne there, but Sarah Town gets away with it. But we have had a hit there as well, or whatever it was. So even on players, 5-all. No hit there on Dench. Oh, but good running counter. Imi Sharp out on the right wing for Bedford Eagles. She's a really key player for them, so that will stand Storm 2 in good stead moving forward.
And she controls everything on that left side. Obviously, great catch from Josiah there. Does bring back in 1 Bedford Eagles player.
Yep. Confident block by Abby Gower. Bedford happy to reset with 3.
Only 1 player down. Storm 2 make that 2 players down after we say in that play.
Yeah, Grace Martin unlucky with dropping that block there. As you can see, Charlotte Josiah for Bedford Eagles very happy to apply a lot of pressure while the Storm 2's girls are trying to call, which is a big part of their gameplay that really messes with the teams they're playing against because it really disrupts your flow in the first phase of the play. Oh yeah, I think there's that hit there on Cat Bawtree.
And that's a great time throw, I think, from Bedford Eagles there. It's been so clinical that you see time and time again. It's that upper echelon of teams that are so well drilled. They train time and time again.
Yeah. And as you saw there, willing to simultaneously, so ready to just, as you say, pace it through, put balls exactly on target. But if there's anyone's not looking, they're ready to take those pot shots, and they're so accurate. You've got to be really, really careful. Good confidence on that release from Storm 2, number 22. But she's still got 4 balls, all 5 balls now, so there's a lot of work on the throwing to do. And of course, all of those Bedford Eagles ladies will be looking for that catch, so she needs to pace herself here and pick the right targets.
I think you might see a bit of a switch in play there. No, Josiah just happy to duck underneath. That's ball, and it'll give Bedford Eagles 2 now, so they can play a little higher. That's where they like to play. It's why they're so clinical.
Oh, great dodge of that double running counter. You can see the confidence from Bedford Eagles. Like, they don't even need to get all the way up court. As long as they know they're releasing together, they really trust their throws. And it gives you so much less time to get back away from it. Storm 2 now trying desperately to get rid of the majority of possession, so she'll want to throw at least one more. There we go. Oh, another fabulous dodge. But still plenty of work to do because she's got all 5 balls and we time out there, so that will go 4-0 to Bedford Eagles ladies.
And a great start from them. It's what they would have wanted. We spoke about it last game. At the top of this table, it's not just about the games that you're winning, it's by how many you're winning by. That set difference is going to be huge when it comes to the end of the season.
Yes, you're completely right. I think there's 2 very different stories in this league. If you're towards the bottom, you don't care if it's low scoring, but if you're going to eke out a draw, that's huge for you. But as you say, I put a lot of money on this season coming down to set difference at the end of the day. So those teams that are pushing for the medals, exactly as you say, really want to get those big differentials in. So Bedford Eagles don't need to rush this, but they're certainly not going to look to play it out for the sake of it.
Yeah. A 1-for-1 trade there, some punishing plays from Imi Sharp on that right side.
Nice dodging from Katie Thompson there for Storm 2. Storm 2, I think, keeping their composure well when they've got the majority of balls. They want to make those calls. They're going for hits. They're not letting themselves be pressured back too much. And number 22's luck has run out there. Good double running counter from Sarah Town and Charlotte Josiah. So as you can see, Sarah Town not afraid to apply pressure. And they get Emily Dench with a sort of post throw as well. And here we go. Bedford Eagles really looking to assert dominance now. Leaving Katie Thompson with a lot to do. Safe throw there. Oh, unlucky. She really can drop catch, Katie, so we'll see whether we'll see some of those coming out later on. So I'll cut you off.
Seven minutes 30 left of this half, and Bedford Eagles early on have started to run away with things. They look so dominant in these sets, and they're putting point and point against Storm 2.
So I think what Storm 2 will really want out of this as well, once if Bedford Eagles do pull away, they need to practice that sort of grit and determination for the closer matches they're going to have towards the end of the season, because they are capable of staying in the Super League. Like, they're a tidy team, they've had some excellent performances, but it's games like this that really show you whether you've got the fight for it. So they'll be looking to practice some different things, try some different tactics, try and work their way around this problem and try and get some of these sets off Bedford Eagles. High pressure now from the ladies
I think
from
it's
Bedford.
a lot about damage limitation, sort of, you know, when you're in that sort of lower bracket of teams. It's about damage management, because as much as the sets are important at the top of the table, they're just as important down the bottom end of the table, where those, you know, where you might not be taking victories here, there and everywhere, but it's the sets that you're taking off these big teams that are going to matter late on.
Yeah, Vic Milne was unlucky there, got caught in the air. So Grace Martin and Casey Thompson pushed through the throw, so they're just thrown to shut Imi Sharp down there, which I think is a sensible thing to do. 3 balls to Bedford Eagles. A lot of people like to jump in the air and try and get the block away as well. But you'll be so careful about what you do with your legs while you do that. So 2 or 3 hits there in the air, people just getting hit in the foot. And again, Case Thompson tries to jump round it, goes for the catch, but not lucky that time. So that'll be 8-0 to Bedford Mighty Eagles with approximately 5.5 minutes to go.
There or thereabouts.
Yeah, we will point out that clearly we do not have match time, official match time, so if we're slightly out, we do apologise, but it's that, as Greg says, that or thereabouts. 3 balls for Storm 2 off the start. Pressure from Kat Bawtry putting off Bedford Eagles trying to get any cheeky pot shots. Nice aggressive throwing there, but Imi Sharp gets the blocks away. 4 balls to Bedford Eagles. Yeah, nice dynamic dodging there, and they're now 4 balls in the hands of Storm 2. You've got to be looking for a hit now, I think. Abigail's putting the pressure on the wing. Nice choice by Storm 2 there. They hold in front of Abigail, who had the ball, and try and search out for a different hit on the other side of the Bedford Eagles team. Oh, no hit there for Alice, looking at Vic Milne on the other side of court. Vic just moves, shimmies out the way.
A good jump there, nice high jump. It's just avoiding that 2 throws that are very powerful but very low at the same time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's thrown through cat ball. She's blocked. Liv Morris doing very well there, nearly landing on Imi Sharp, but she's shimmied out the way of all of those. It's 3 balls to Bedford Eagles. We're going to see a counter from Storm 2. It looks like they're pressing a bit more up court.
But it's just a single ball release, yeah.
It's so hard when all you want to do is put a double running counter in, which I feel like maybe more so than in the men's. In the women's game is a huge set play, and then they only throw 1. Oh, they've chosen to set with 4 then there again.
I think that's a good decision there. Abigail was almost at back court by the time they've really enforced the running counter.
Yeah, because you've got to be trying to take that advantage of them being further up court. Great block from Abigail is going to give Bedford Eagles 4 balls again. Yeah, and Bedford Eagles really not afraid to just make those balls count. Throw 3 out of 4 for the hit. Let's see if they're going to be as aggressive again this time. Oh, Katie Howard puts a pre-throw away and doesn't find it, but then just gets picked on by Imi Sharp, who saw an opportunity for a release and took it.
I think when you make that big movement, it's so hard to then, when you've landed or you're almost about to land,
yeah, no,
it's so hard to sort of then make that second.
Yeah, you've
movement.
only got one option, really, haven't you? You've done your thing, and then you've got to pray that everything goes right afterwards. Vic Milne has 3 balls, so she'll be similar to before. Yep, throws safe on Alice Bonsignori. Oh, unfortunate there.
Yeah.
Bedford really settling into this match.
And it's so hard to then fight against, because when they're doing everything right, and even when you try different things, you can't do those things right. It's so hard to even, get into the game.
Yeah. Yeah, so what do you do? Do you suddenly just start throwing mad singles in the sort of vain hope that you will then get a few of the hits away? Which, Bedford Eagles doing so well with that up-court pressure. We've talked about it with Abby Gower, talked about it with Imi Sharp. It just makes you want to stay at back of court and look for catches and play small. But then, of course, as you say, you're just playing completely into their hands. Well survived there by Blanchard at number 6. Number 1. Difficult looking at it from the back. Blocking there. Good step by number 22. And I mean, so much of it gets incredibly boring, but can you just survive? Can you just keep 6 of you on court and then throw safe at them so you don't get caught in return, and then try and sort of drag it out to a draw that way? But 3 minutes is an awfully long time to try and do that for.
It's not just that, but you could be looking at doing that the whole way through, and the play that they make is knocks a couple more players out than you'd like to think. And it's so hard and disheartening that if you want to play the slow game, you've got to play the slow game, I think, when you're up, especially against Bedford Eagles.
Yeah.
You play 6v6 till the end. It'd be very impressive if you could play 6v6 until the end.
But you can't make a single mistake, can you, if you want to play like that? Katie Thompson doing amazingly well there in the middle. That's 2 or 3 volleys where she's been singled out for a counter with the ball and blocked magnificently. Oh, and they have thrown through Imi Sharp's block. Yep, and Alice goes straight back for the revenge hit on Vic Milne and through her block. So we're still all even at 5-all. Good dodge from Katie Howard. Oh, Oh, ricochet hit. That's huge for Storm. But then as you see, so clinical, as Greg was saying, they're just instantly looking to even up those numbers again. So 4-all. Oh, I think Katie Howard would probably rather have held that ball for 4. But that is time. That's the end of the half. So it'll be one each at the end of that one. So that's a point on the board for Storm 2. I think hopefully a good morale raiser heading into half time.
Yeah, I think Liv Morris was just questioning the, I think, invalid, and that's what I think she wanted from that play there.
So this might be why we're having a bit of a ref's huddle.
Yeah. Yeah, so call was invalid. So the end result, actually, and that was Bedford Eagles taking that.
Yeah, so they'll have gone 3-4 on players, as in 4-3 on players.
That's rough, especially, you know, you're going into that huddle thinking that you've just won or drawn that set.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, Storm 2, they've got Sam Laverty over there who are helping out with the coaching, and Tamara Hofer as well. So it'll be interesting to hear. It would be interesting to hear what they were saying. But they're just got to try and keep the energy levels up, haven't they? You can't let them just squash you down at back of court. You've got to keep trying to make things happen. So in case anyone's watching for an update on the other court of Women's Super League, currently looks like a very confident Derby in the lead 6-2 against Valkyries. So it'll be interesting to see. Oh, nearly an amazing catch from Katie Suffolk, I think, there. It'll be interesting to see how that one turns out as well. Bedford Eagles assert dominance, ready to go. And Storm 2 are joining the lineup as well, so we'll be back on a roll in a minute.
The score 12-0 at the half, and you know, like you said, it was close in a couple of sets, but Bedford Mighty Eagles, when you're at the top of the league and you know how it works, you know, their tactics are on point in every set. You know, they know each other like the back of their hands. And
look, I've said it many times before about Bedford Eagles. They've got gears, and I think they've only had to get out of first gear once or twice in that entire half. So I'm really hoping for Storm 2. They've got a few things they want to try, put some pressure back on, but we haven't really seen Bedford Eagles sweat yet, and they have plenty of class with that. But that's a great hit on Abby. From number 22 for London Storm 2. Immediately avenged by Abby Gower, who is confusing wearing Beth Dick's old shirt.
I think the new signings this season don't have new shirts.
No, I think there's a fair few people just around the place, aren't there, waiting for kit orders. Oh, it was a good attempt from number 19. But that will bring them. So Bedford Eagles going to this play a player down. So we're looking to avenge that. Another good dodge. Storm 2, very rapid up court. You do wonder whether they want to follow through on a few more of these running counters because they've got the speed for it. Oh, there we go. Great aggression on the throw, but Emily Dent throws a little high and Charlotte Shire is only too happy to take the catch.
When it's in that area, you know, she doesn't have to move into it.
Yeah.
She's going to take that catch all day long.
Well, she was infamous. She's been infamous the entire time I've been playing her for also catching on her toes as well. So anywhere centre line of body, you do not want to throw at Charlotte Josiah. 3 balls for Bedford. Oh, lovely aggressive hit there. Abigail goes straight back.
I think it was just a block from Morris,
yeah.
But it was very close.
Yeah, it was good to see Storm 2 trying things, and that's what we were talking about, wasn't it? They want to try and get ahead of the game. Get that hit in early, but yeah, good block there from Liv, and then Abby having the sense to just take that player out who'd step forward. Yeah, Katie Thompson throws through, but it's been hit by Alice Bonsignori.
And Bedford Mighty Eagles happy to play out every set, and every set come their way.
Yeah, they don't need to take many risks at all. What a take, though, from Vic Milne. Immediately revenged by Charlotte Josiah. Again, do not throw centre of mass at Charlotte Josiah. But it's getting a bit more interesting. 4 players for Bedford Eagles to 2. Let's see how Storm 2 deal with this one. Oh, great dodge in there, getting really low and under the balls. 3 balls to Storm 2. They're going to press forward. Abby's pressuring Vic there on the wing. Yep, good commitment to the throw. Oh, so nearly a catch there. Almost popped it out of her own chest because she went forward so hard. Maybe people being a little less happy throwing at Vic after that catch. But as you say, Bedford Eagles don't need to chase this. They're 3 players up. They've got plenty of time. If they make Vic tire herself out throwing, all for the good.
Yeah, and Josiah will happily just block that back every time. Yeah.
I mean, you can see the confidence to take that massively up court position. Some beautiful, I think, a positive start to the half from Storm 2, and they haven't managed to find anything that works brilliantly yet, but they are making Bedford Eagles work for it. We've got a substitution there, so Sarah Towns come back on. There we go. Storm 2 will have 3 balls again. Think better of the quick start. Good pressure there from Charlotte Josiah.
And the block from Morris, who now obviously resides on that left side.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I'm not sure I've seen Liv play over there all that much.
Centre player, but I think Sarah Town catching Storm 2
unawares. Yeah, every day of the week, Sarah Town's just looking to make your life miserable in that sense. It'll be four balls. Good hit there on Alice Bonsignori, but we've got another out on Storm 2, so Bedford Eagles still 1 player up. Good block there. Katie Howard applying the pressure, but the ball retriever will have that one, although nearly stacked it over the line.
Very close. He actually, I think, tries to drag it back with his foot. Yeah. Hits his other foot. But
yeah. A lot of the lads having already played their session today. Emily Dench nearly got a fantastic catch there, but there was a reply hit. So 1 for 1 still gives Bedford the 1 player advantage.
And it's what they've done in every set that they've been down or close to being down. You know, they've just made sure they're at 1 step ahead of their opposing team.
And it's that awareness, I think, being so aware of what's happening to your teammates, even as you run forward with the ball, to then make a decision about how much risk or power do I want to put into this throw to make sure that we always come out on top. Liv Morris looking for the catch there, but she was disappointed. Well survived by Storm 2 as well, because a couple of balls were fired back by the wings of Bedford Eagles. Yeah, unfortunately, thrown through the block of Katie Howard there. And as you say, Greg, Bedford Eagles have just put the work into now. They're 2 players up. Oh, unfortunately, Liv couldn't quite take that one.
She set herself, so although she's jumped, she set herself perfectly for it.
That's normally a bit of her bread and butter, so she'll be a bit frustrated with that. Oh, and similarly. Oh, but Vic Milne couldn't pull it off twice, unfortunately. Yeah. So just 1 player up.
I think
Katie Thompson with a lot to do.
She does look for that catch, but you know, you're so in 2 minds that when you make that dodge.
Yeah. Big dodge from Katie Thompson. I think it's difficult as well when you've chosen to jump and then you're like, no, it's coming gut, maybe I should catch it. You've still got to think about the landing, haven't you?
Yeah.
And it's difficult to sort of commit fully to just taking the ball in when you're very aware that you might then just fall face first on the floor. 5 seconds for Katie Thompson, so she's got to throw. Sensibly goes straight over Charlotte Josiah's head. That is unfortunate. The ball's rolled straight back, I think, off one of the subs. Just hit him in the feet. Yeah, Sarah and Charlotte, again, they could run and counter or they could just block back. That makes no bones to them at this point. And time. And as you say, Greg, it's just that control. Bedford Eagles don't need to rush. They don't need to demonstrate anything by making the hit on the final Storm player to take the set. They can just afford to time them all out and just keep moving forward.
I think it's so smart from Bedford Eagles. You know, every time they're in that set, they're in that position of looking like they're coming down. They play it out. They play so smart to the end. you know, Saratown and Charlotte Josiah don't have to panic. They, you know, they play their own game, their own pace. They're not letting Storm get into anything.
Oh, some exciting close stuff in the neutral zone there, but everyone survived. I think as well, it's worth pointing out, both these teams will have another game. And I don't know who Bedford Rangers have got second, but
no, Bedford Eagles have played their second.
Oh, Bedford Eagles.
Yeah, they played first. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's no need to tire yourself out. It's late on a Sunday night. We've all got work tomorrow. Like, if you don't need. There we go. Liv Morris with the catch on the floor, perfectly read there.
This time sets herself perfectly. She takes the catch. It's secure this time around. Doesn't bring anyone in for the side of Bedford Eagles, but it sure does eliminate the player.
Yeah. And again, a good 2-ball release to take Vic Milne out, but Katie Howard survived him. Charlotte Josiah's attempt on the left-hand side. 3 balls to Bedford Eagles. I think double straight pre-throw from Storm 2, going for 2 different targets, but they've both been blocked. Oh, great dodge from Emily Dench. Oh, Saratown.
It's the one she goes for every time. She looks like she's going low.
Yeah.
She like jumps into it. It's that little hop that jumps into it, secure in chest.
Yeah. Grace Martin's done well to survive 2 attempts there. Charlotte Josiah very nearly had that catch as well, but the balls from Storm 2 were nice and together, and it's very difficult to catch 2, even if you're a very confident catcher.
In her mind, she looks like she's hit.
Yeah, I think she thought she'd hit Grace.
Already,
and Neville
wasn't quite
as focused as she might have been. Right. Pressure from Liv Morris on the wing, which works well. The 2 Storm balls aren't really looking for a target, although they have now set up for the counter. Oh, they've got 3 actually coming out the back corner with the ball retriever. A great take from number 19. Well survived by Grace. Oh, there's a bounce there. Although you can tell she wants it. They're so confident as well. Even the younger players coming up through Bedford Rangers. When you're used to playing a team like that, it just gives you that confidence to go for these things.
Bedford Eagles.
Yeah, sorry.
I know, it's hard.
I hear Bedford Rangers is a great club too.
Well, that's it.
Excellent training programme.
We've got it all.
We've got it all. Better colour.
Wow. That one's... I won't say anything on that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Grace Martin still there, hanging in there for Storm 2. We're now with 4 balls? 5 balls.
5 balls.
Yep.
Looks at taking those central targets first. It's sort of down the middle that a lot of players will look for early on.
Especially facing this way where you haven't even got the wall where the ball could potentially ricochet back. It's smart play from her. So this will be the final. So now... Bless her, looking quite tired. I think arguably wanted to get that 3rd ball away a bit quicker. And time, but she didn't need to do that. Bedford Eagles again happy to sit tight and wait for the set to play out. So we have, we think, around 5 minutes left in the half.
Timeout called though.
Yeah, it'd be great to see Storm 2 get some points on the board, but I think the more we motor away. But timeout to Storm 2, I imagine? Because I don't think we've had a timeout in the first half, have we?
We didn't. So can Bedford Eagles look for that clean sweep on Storm 2, or will Storm 2 look for a set in this final 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think potentially you've got to allow yourself sort of 5 minutes of madness, haven't you? Just try anything.
Try and disrupt
anything might work.
Bedford Eagles, I think, is the play. Yeah.
Yeah. Be interesting to see whether they've got any subs for Bedford as well. Just getting good player rotation. It's all good experience. We were talking about their two of their newer players playing in the middle. Good to get them lots of court time. We've got a few repairs going on to the centre line on court. Alex Nelson's there in the middle with the tape. John Rundle lending a hand.
So with 5 minutes left on the clock, there'll definitely be more than one set. Obviously, those sets last 3 minutes. But will Bedford Eagles want to put more than one past this, or more than two, I guess, past the side of Storm 2?
As you say, I think it depends whether they go for, right, well, are those 2 points potentially going to come back to bite us when we get to the end of the season and we're looking for a medal, or do they just play it out? The pace is, they haven't had to work too fast, and that pace has worked for them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. Yeah, nice low throws from Storm 2, and then a revenge hit there, so Alice Bonsignori's not holding back.
And she'll want every point. Obviously, the new transfer for this season. Her and Abigail will make that side of Bedford Eagles.
No, just when we didn't want them getting any stronger, you sign Alice and Abby Gower.
And that's it.
Yeah. All my plans for the season down the toilet, I'll tell you that for free. A 1-for-1. Alice looks a bit confused, but both girls taking their outs. Still two players up for Bedford Eagles. Lots of fancy footwork on the left-hand side, but Charlotte Josiah and Liv Morris are perfectly fine.
That's it. All it needs is that flamingo sort of one leg up.
One leg up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 3 balls now can.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, unlucky. She set herself perfect. She knows it's coming into her. She gets her hands underneath it. Looks like she takes the catch and it just bubbles out. Yeah. So that one is not a secure one.
Oh, but again, Katie Thompson couldn't quite take it for Storm 2, but great hit from Katie Howard there. Liv Morris has done her job. She got in for the hit and then just got taken out with a single counter.
One that we have seen her catch before. This time, unfortunately, when she's jumped high into that air, her body's not quite in the right position. They're the hardest ones to get behind.
Well, exactly. And if you know you're so far up court, really, most of your mind's thinking, get out the way. And then when you realise you can't, as you say, you've got very little time. I think, good hit there from Charlotte and Sarah just to finish that set off. So we'll be going into a short set.
Definitely under 3 minutes, yep. Won't be the final set. Could be the final set, but if obviously that timer ends under 1 minute, then you'll have that final 1 minute set.
So I think I heard 1:30, but I might be wrong. It's quite loud in here. But either way, all Bedford Eagles will get a couple of players up, hold it out, job done, go home. Great dodging, just a single ball there from Bedford Eagles, because that way they can control the pace as well. They know they've got the running counters to deal with these girls. And if they're only throwing one and then shutting down any counters from Storm 2, they can force situations like this. So play ball on Storm 2. Well blocked. Oh, good work putting 2 balls on Liv. As we said, she set. I think she would have dived that first ball, but they followed up with the next one immediately. So 1 player up for Storm 2. We'll be hoping to take those final 2 points. Great dodging on the wing. They're going to set for 4, which I think at this stage is a good idea. The 4th ball, unfortunately, is now getting involved with the game on the other court, so that'll be back in a second. Oh, and there we are.
Yeah, sets this time perfectly.
This time, absolutely perfect. And I think that's also, it's why it's important to go for these things early doors, because now she'll be confident she can do it. Had she left it after that first one didn't go well, you might have left the game feeling a little shortchanged, but that was an amazing catch. Good dodging on the wing. Counter goes alone. Then Charlotte just gathers that ball back for Bedford Eagles. 2 players up for Bedford Eagles at the minute. Quite high, but perfectly valid for Storm 2. Again, I think it's things that you really get punished for against teams like this when you're not coordinated on those counters. Like, even if you don't want to give away possession, but you're both there, just get the 2 balls away and get the hit on that counter and get the player up. Whereas Storm 2, I think, second guessing themselves slightly, doing a lot of single counters, which bit of acrobatics from Alice there on the wing, but
1 for the cameras, I think.
1 for the cameras. 1 for her fans. Oh, absolute filth from Sarah Town. The pre-throw hit and the catch, meaning we have now 2v6
And not long left. Will they go for separate targets? They do just that.
Oh, and we'll have a minute set, I think. Yeah, both players called. The refs look devastated. They were perfectly happy for that to be the end. Sam looks pretty devastated. He's not entirely sure how to do a minute set on the streaming software. Oh, Greg's on it. Yeah, so we'll have a minute set, which you never know. The chaos might lend itself to a sneaky 2 points for Storm 2.
And it's a minute, so all can be actually playful.
Yes.
You know, obviously not the full game result, but
you very often see the more experienced or dominant team make that single mistake or give away that one catch with like 20 seconds to go, and it's actually very difficult to deal with that from that point. But we're 6-all for this moment. There we go. Double hit on Vic Milne, so we're 1 up for Bedford Eagles. They're just going to hold this out for the next sort of 40 seconds or so. Storm 2 need to look for this hit. This has got to be aggressive.
Play 2 has been called, so
oh,
there's a catch anyway, but it does actually now give Bedford Eagles the 4 ball, so a little more to play with, even though you're 2 players up already.
Yeah. Number 19 potentially getting a bit overconfident there. It was a nice idea, but she hasn't quite made the catch. So Bedford now only 1 player up. Storm 2 can get a hit here. Will there be any time for anything else?
Who knows? Only 5 seconds left on the clock. Josiah will have to look for the standing, but a catch is made instead.
Abby wearing the number 6.
Yeah.
After that one drop, she's made 2 or 3 clutch catches there for Bedford Mighty Eagles. I think it's fair to say a dominant performance from them. Always absolute class. But Storm 2 did well. They kept trying to make things happen. And I think performances like that go to show they've got the grit to do really well against the lower half of this league.
Yeah, great result, like you said, for Bedford Eagles. And that is great set difference. Looking towards the end of the season, they'll be wanting that. And they've played perfect in terms of what they're after. We'll be heading into the penultimate game next on this court. But for now, it's a bye from me.
Yeah, goodbye from me. Cheers, guys.
stuff. I was just like, that went over my head yesterday. Yeah, I had it in here. And I was, yeah, as soon as he said it, and I was like, shit, it's in the bag. If you can I'll get it going. Let's get it started. That's cool. Let's get some female commentary on this. I've never done commentary before.
Hey guys, it's Maddie and April on the commentary. Just quickly came off from our game. I think we're a few minutes into the game.
Yep.
So, it's Spartans versus Sheriffs, and Spartans are 2-0 up currently. I think this will be a heavy catching game from both sides. Spartans looking to control though.
Spartans looking very strong on the counters today. Lucy especially on the wing, she's an absolute powerhouse thrower.
Yeah.
Beautiful hit there from Elisa.
Across Spartans, their 2-ball accuracy is just phenomenal. Sheriff's going for the pre-throw, giving 5-ball possession to Spartans.
Strong catches still on Sheriff's side though. Can they turn this? 30 seconds remaining of this game.
Unfortunately there for Lottie, she didn't quite get the catch, but they're still up by 1 player.
Lovely wing cross throw there from Sheriffs to come in from both angles, making that catch just that little bit harder.
Beautiful 3-ball there, getting that hit to go up by 2 players again.
Taking advantage of that moment when the player runs up and releases and they can just powerhouse.
It's putting pressure on, but there's also putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
It's learning what to do, how much. Set going to Spartans.
Spartans currently sit top of the league on set difference. So they absolutely need the double wins today to stay in that position and as many points as possible to keep that set difference lead.
Looking for the 5th
Ball's
ball.
gone missing. There we go. Apologies if the half-time time is actually out a little bit, but we'll try and keep the 3 minutes accurate.
It's not the worst thing we've had all day from the stream.
No.
Nice safe single. Slowing down the counter.
So good at that communication there and just...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Lucy on the wing is just a phenomenal player.
Lauren Hem, she's so good at getting those low blocks.
Oh, God, yeah.
Lovely cross from Emily Walker then. She's been a fantastic addition for Sheriffs this season.
Oh yeah, she's fit right in.
It's like she's played for them before.
Oh, keeping it pretty even throughout the set. Really slow, lots of single balls.
Yeah, both these teams are quite controlled when they want to be. So
absolutely. Lovely hit
unlucky
there,
there
Lisa.
Catherine. Unlucky.
Still a single ball game.
They're very good at those cross-court Spartans. They do favour them. One minute 30, so we're about halfway through this set now. Amy just missing the mark there.
Hit on Lucy. Unfortunately, Meg didn't get the catch, but lovely recounter from Sheriffs.
Fantastic double there. Both girls on it, ready to take that hit.
Definitely.
You can tell when teams have like newly formed or they've played for a while together or they've played together before because they just have that next level of communication.
You just know what each other's going to do at this point.
Yeah, yeah. Both these teams have that, so.
Still keeping it really controlled.
Sheriff's either looking for the double here or the catch. Or the pre-throw.
Ooh. That was a good hit.
They're
really playing out the sets, aren't they?
6-0 to Spartans, so they're starting this game very strong. Sheriffs are putting up a good fight though, keeping the game controlled and slow. Oh, lovely rebound catch there from Meg. Saving Emily, bringing her back in. That was a 2-for-1 there for Sheriffs, and obviously the catch that brings Emily back in, putting them ahead.
Definitely going to be trying to keep on top of Spartans now. Win this set. Slow there, roll down.
Lovely dodge there from both Catherine and Emily. Missing those close counters there.
Very close.
He's so good at just getting in that corner and getting herself nice and small.
Absolutely. Sheriff's not wanting to give any catches away here.
Another cross court there for Spartans. Not quite finding its target.
I think they trust their singles enough to know that they will get the hit.
Yeah,
There's plenty of time for it.
They have a full lineup of absolute powerhouse throwers. So, I think
bounce.
Bounce there. Looks like might have clipped Lottie from the back. Rest are
Sheriff's is
unsure.
calling bounce for her, bless her.
Oh, Catherine just falling off court there. Emily and Catherine just not quite in sync with where they need to be on court, unfortunately.
Sheriff still up by 1. Lovely catch from Lottie.
That was lovely from Lottie. Lisa did a fantastic job holding Emily off there to bait out the single and shut down the double.
Absolutely. Good control from Lucy. Waiting for 4 balls.
That has turned the game by the looks of it as well, so it's 5 on Spartan's side now.
Ooh, good placement.
Unlucky there for Meg. Spartans take the set.
Really running the clock down.
That was a fantastic turn from them there.
That was. No panicking, just know they could turn it around easy.
It's so easy in dodgeball. The saying catches win matches really does apply. A catch can turn a game so easily.
Absolutely. As we know all too well from
our game.
Yeah.
Becky has come on court now for Karen. Again, Spartans back in those singles to get those hits.
Absolutely, not wanting to give possession at all.
Really trying to shut down Sheriff's pressure that they're trying to apply. Lovely block there from Meg.
Bounce calls for Lucy, not a hit. Very honest game.
It's hard when you, especially when you pancake, and if you drop your head, it's very hard to see if the ball, if you feel the hit and you're like, yeah, I felt a hit, but you're then not sure. You're then relying on the referees and even the other team to let you know that that ball's bounced before it's hit you.
Oh, yeah.
Sheriffs are a very, very honest team, especially when it comes to being against their opponents. They're very good at saying whether their throws have hit or bounced. And that's half time.
So the score is 10-0.
10-0 to Spartans at half time. Sheriffs are putting up a good fight. I think the scoreline's probably not reflecting the quality of the game, because I think that they're actually putting up really good fights, and then they're just getting unlucky with either the odd hit or the odd catch.
Yeah.
And Spartans don't make mistakes very often.
No,
so.
they're very, very controlled. They're almost trying to tempt Sheriffs into making mistakes so they can attack. See, if I was Sheriffs right now, I think I'd be looking at more to go away from ball. They're singling a lot at ball, which is not getting them the hits, whereas Spartans are taking the hits on the singles, as well as just letting them down slightly.
Yeah, there's a couple of things they can change up here. They do have good catching power, but they also do have good countering power.
Oh, yeah.
How they utilise that to shut down Spartans, we'll see.
Yeah, Lauren Hems and Emily Walker on the wings together. What a duo.
It's interesting as well, there's a lot of these girls share international team as well. So Meg, Lauren, Emily have all played international alongside Lottie, Lucy, Meg, and Elisa and Amy obviously played for Wales, so played a lot against a lot of these games, and Karen as well, part of the England setup. So it's always fun to see when you come across somebody that you play with quite regularly, because you know their tips, their tricks.
Yeah, you know how they play.
Always makes it more of a mental game at that point.
Yep. What was our score in our game? So Phantoms versus Valkyries?
I do believe the score was 12-4, if not 14-6. I know we won.
It was a very...
It was a very catchy game. That will be up on the Derby Phantoms channel later on this week. So if you want to catch that game, you can do. It was a hard-fought game, both sides.
Definitely a hard game.
And that was very much a mental game.
That was very much a mental game.
We start again.
Hoping to see a lot more hits from Sheriffs now.
Line rush just getting in place.
Yeah, they were watching the Bees versus Storm 2s? No, Storm 1s.
Slight change in the second half for Sheriffs. They've brought Lauren Cooper on. Lovely catch there from Catherine. That cross court for Spartans. Sheriffs seem very aware of it this time.
Yeah, know that Lucy's got to do it. Straight in the pocket. Spartans have brought on Becky.
Ooh, Sheriffs changed things up this time, it looks like. Will they keep this aggression now, or will they set back? Two players up.
Spartans again holding for that 4 balls. Not wanting to take the counter.
It's a good thing to do, especially if you're down. It really gives you that extra hitting power. Lovely catch there from Monique. Didn't use the 4 balls.
No.
Spartans have arguably 3 of their better catchers on the court.
Legit was about to say, even though it's just 3 of them left, they are the best catchers on the team.
Seen all 3 of these ladies take some absolute fantastic catches at high-level international dodgeball. So
Sheriff should be very aware of that, though.
Yes. Sheriff's been very careful to keep 2 balls and keep giving Spartans the 3. Lovely catch from Monique again. That's 2 this set.
Yeah.
Spartans doubles just not quite finding the mark, I don't think, this second half.
I think the too many catches throwing them off a bit.
Looks like the girls might be going for a catch here, but Sheriffs just aren't giving it to them. They're not biting.
Yeah, they know these players really well. Not
Sheriffs
risking
with the
anything.
fall.
Lovely catch from Meg White.
Lovely catch from Meg White.
They knew they had to go for it.
She's so good at those pancake catches.
Absolutely.
She's so good at them. She reads the ball so well, and she just gets that low one.
Sparta is now going for the hits, but sadly run out of time. Sheriffs kept their cool though, did not draw in, not give anything
Sheriffs,
away.
was that a 4? Was Sheriffs take the set?
Sheriffs won, yeah, I think it's 4-3.
Oh, it was close. Just shows that those catches do win matches.
Catches do win matches.
As I'm sure you've seen on Dodgeball highlights, shorts, and catches in games can be direct or a rebound, and quite often are in an intense moment of either running backwards or what we call a tombstone, where the player slides backwards onto their bum.
See, I find that happens more in the men's games.
It does, but we've seen a few today. If you get a chance to watch back the Bedford Eagles Rangers footage when they do upload it on the Bedford Rangers page, I believe Sarah Town takes a beautiful tombstone.
Ah, lovely. Sheriff's releasing 2 balls, giving 4 balls to Spartans again. Hopefully they'll utilise that and get the hits. Yeah.
Lucky there for Catherine.
Really good aces that was.
Sheriff's released the 2 again. It's a tactic not many teams use quite anymore. He's releasing the 2 this early on in the game.
Definitely not when there's loads of time left.
Situations reverse this game with Sheriff's down to 4.
Let's see if they can turn it around like Spartans did.
They've got arguably their 4 best catchers still on court.
It's both very catchy teams, no matter
Both
what.
very catchy teams. Another cross court for Spartans.
Sheriff's going a lot for that single ball counter.
Lauren Hems is very precise with that single ball though, so I'd absolutely back her to get a hit on that touch.
Such a quick throw.
Fun fact, I do believe at one point she was top of England women's for grip strength. So
explains a lot.
Clever there from Spartans to release the middle. Both wing players holding off the counter. Spartans up by 1.
Good
Sheriff's
tracking
with the
from
hit.
Sheriff's. Bringing it even, 4-4. Imagine 2 ball release from Spartans here.
About a minute left. Unlucky there from Lauren Hems.
Lucy's very quick on it. If there's a pre-throw, she will go straight for you. Good block from Lottie.
Play ball called. Spartans win there.
Score is now 12-2. Still dragging out the sets.
Both these teams very tactically aware. Both teams have been in Super League for a good number of years and have had a change of players, but high-level players. Oh,
well,
unlucky there, Catherine. Both players thought about it and didn't want to quite risk the amount of spin that was on that ball. Sometimes the spinny floaty ones are the hardest to catch.
the really slow ones get me.
Unlucky there for Amy Jones. She had that and she unfortunately just pushed it down into the floor. Teams even.
Good free throw from Meg there. Really good trade.
She's so accurate with those free throws. She's so good at reading a player.
Oh, yeah.
And she will literally read how they plant their foot for the throw.
Oh, my.
And literally, she did it to me for years. The amount of times that she clipped me on my back foot because she knew exactly where I was putting it down to release. Her timing on that the free throw is so good.
She's willing to stand there and take the 1-for-1 any day.
Yeah. Unlucky there from Cooper. Shot from Lauren Hens on Becky. There's a lovely retaliation there.
Nice safe single from Lottie. Shares 2 different targets though.
Woo. At crossing in a quarterly throughout them. About halfway through the set, so Sherry's have quite a lot of time left to turn this.
Honest from
Emily
Meg
got the
White.
hit on Meg there, very honest from Meg there.
But Lottie retaliating, getting the hit on Lauren. Making
Lovely
it 2-1.
retaliation. Lovely jump from Emily Walker there. She's so agile. Spartans look like they're going to just block these balls back now.
Emily really wanting to go for a safe throw and then catch. The accuracy has to be perfect on this.
Looking for that free throw catch. A team not feeding the ball in for her though.
Oh, what a
lovely!
catch.
30 seconds remaining. Lottie looking to do the same now. She wants to get rid of that third ball.
Very
Lovely
safe single.
position there from Emily. Perfectly placed just above the head.
Still valid. Really not wanting to go to that neutral zone. Ooh. Bounce called.
Lovely
But
turn there
played out
from
the
Emily
time.
Walker.
Yeah.
Close to nearing the end of this game, so Sheriffs will be looking to take as many points as they can from Spartans. Spartans will obviously be looking to hold on to as many points as they can, as they're currently relying on that score difference. Both teams being very safe with the singles at the moment. Nobody's really looking for a hit. They're going for those nice safe low singles at the moment, just back and forth. Spartans with that middle release again.
I think Becky's now back on court.
Oh, so close there from
unlucky.
Catherine.
It's almost in your grasp, but it's just I think the spin on it just changes it.
Lovely aces from Spartans there. Big dodge from Lottie. Big dodge from Emily.
from
wow.
Lisa.
Really good standing. She's got such an arm in her. Spartan's putting pressure on.
Lauren taking advantage of the fact that Lucy Prue through there to just take her out of the game.
Oh, unfortunate for Amy.
I think we'll have one more game after this. It'll probably be about a minute set. Drawing at the moment, 4-4.
Oh,
unlucky
again.
there from Becky. They're normally the ones she normally gets. So she'll be annoyed with herself for that one, I think.
Sometimes it just pings off the chest and you
It
don't
does.
register it. Ooh, well left from Sheriffs.
She wanted
Nice
that, she
dodge
wanted
from
that.
Lisa.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely take from Lottie.
Spartans were looking for those catches and Lottie finally got one.
Sometimes you just got to hit the deck and hope for the best.
Sheriffs
Sheriff.
going together.
Oh, so close there for Lauren Cooper. Hem's going for it. Spartans take the
time.
win.
Me and April have got to go warm up because we are playing in like 10 minutes, maybe not even that, 5. So we're going to try and hand you over to the lovely Greg. But he's refusing, so never mind.
Hello and welcome back to the stream for this, the final game of the day. Final game of Women's Super League, sorry, against between Derby Phantoms and Stafford Raptors. Apologies, I'm riding this solo here, so the operating may be slightly below par as well as the commentary. Not particularly below par, that ricochet catcher. Oh no, hit by the second ball. Yeah, Phillips saves Darcy's blushes a little bit by catching her on the feet before the ball pops up for the catch. Just a hit, nothing more than that. Single ball from Lancaster. No luck there. Hannah Dyer blocks the incoming ball from Brie Darcy. Yeah, very much the haves against the have-nots in this game. Derby boasting a particularly strong position in the Women's Super League so far. Second at the start of today, and a win to their name earlier on. Stafford Raptors currently sit in 10th. That said, they've had a few clutch wins against their close-fought relegation rivals, so I don't think that relegation is a dead certainty at this point for them. There's still plenty of dodgeball to be played. Bree does well to block the pre-throw in from Lancaster and punishes her with aplomb. Derby yet to lose a player so far. Brie Darcy again doing well to negate the incoming ball from Debbie Bateman and punishes her as soon as she's an empty target. 4 balls now in the hands of Derby Phantoms. They find their mark on Manon Dixon. It's a 1v6. She's got 4 balls in hand. Pressure up on the wing, forces her to throw at the ball holder. Doing well to protect their middle players. Single ball at Darcy, double running counters. Can't quite stick the catch. Nice aggressive start from Derby to really set the tone in this game. Yeah, Raptors unable to secure any hits in that. Any hits or catches in that. So a fairly, a bit of a dream start for Derby. They currently lead this 2-0. Lethal quick start from Phillips. Both teams electing to engage in a one-ball volley exchange. I think both teams paying a lot of respect to the countering ability of the two teams. That electing to always keep 2 balls in hand to try and negate any kind of countering threat. Plenty of efforts at ball holders so far as well. Dixon and Bateman both being tested out by Derby so far. No hits so far. That's the problem with going for an empty target. Brilliant catch in the middle. Lancaster makes her way to the outbox. Dixon does well to catch Phillips off guard and throws through a block. At the expense of 4 balls, does take up Phillips. Three-ball release finds the marker Holly Edmonds. Derby again retaining 2 balls. They have plenty of countering options at this point. Double attack from Raptors. Yeah, Derby electing to call off that counter. They could afford to invest the possession on and make a big hit here. Raptors do have 1 of the balls back though, to be fair. 3 balls only for Derby. Again, tests out Dixon. Dixon tries to get past Brie Darcy's block. Brilliant catch from Debbie Bateman. Takes out Brie. Very nice. There's the pre-throw. Brie does well again. Brie Darcy does well to get around the pre-throw from Bateman, but as a result, her throw's a little bit wayward and comes straight in the catching zone. Yeah, Bateman's real got real bread and butter play for her to get that pre-throw to change the timing and then get the catch, which is Derby's group throw and let them down again. A catch again in the middle. Maddie Smith now makes her way to the outbox. Multi-ball attack takes out Charlotte Peak. But I think they were actually on play 4 and only released 3, so Dixon and Bateman both called out for 5 seconds. So yeah, that's a tough one for Raptors. Lancaster tries to get that pre-throw off and dodge the 2 balls incoming, but doesn't quite manage it. Now a 2-all from a 5-on-3. Raptors calling off that counter with the last action of the game, and that's a tied set. It's 3-1 to Phantoms now. Apologies everyone, my operator's abandoned me, so I appreciate that the graphics may be a little subpar for this one. You have to rely on my audio description, and I'm aware it's not the best. Currently sitting 3-1 to Phantoms after a fairly brisk sweeping aside of Raptors in the first set and then a fighting draw in the second. Phillips again looking for that quick start, doesn't quite find them out this time. Raptors throwing away a lot of balls. They throw 2 balls as part of the initial attack, but don't quite find the mark. As the 2 counters come up looking for Bateman, she spins off another one at Brie Darcy to try and disrupt the counter time. And she is successful in doing that, but it does cost 4 balls in the process. They do well to not find Lancaster. Good news, everyone. You got another voice to listen to. In good time.
Hello?
Yeah. There we go.
There we go. Hello.
Sam WV2 has joined the party.
Also from Sheriffs. I mean the thing, John.
I know.
You don't know how to fix it. Okay, cool.
I just got here.
Nice. Yes, so it is, unlike the screen says in the Derby versus Stafford, nice catch out there from...
Yeah, Raptors starting to turn it around with these catches. They've taken a fair few in the last couple of sets.
They've got some very good catches on the team, so...
It's one of the things that got them out of Women's League 1 last season. Just the ability to turn around sets, and even if they weren't having a brilliant throwing day, they were really struggling. But in amongst that, Brie Darcy finds the feet of Debbie Bateman. She makes her way to the outbox.
Bree is such a good player. Very talented.
Yeah, well, she's a big part of the reason why Derby is so high up this league. But yeah, doing well to punish a lot of things. Although finds herself in no man's land, and Stafford very efficient in punishing her. 5-2 up in this set. They had a similar lead in last set. That they're only able to take a draw from that one. 2 balls takes out Edmonds.
Stafford chooses to reset with 3 balls there. Thank you. I'm probably very quiet. And then
That looked like a hit.
And a lovely catch there from Gintari on the wing. Bringing it up.
I've been avoiding trying to pronounce her name because I know I'm going to make a meal of it. But there we go.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try.
5 falls in the hands of Phantoms now.
And a lovely
take out
Lancaster.
No, yeah, look for the ricochet catch, but didn't quite fall for Manon Dixon. Derby's clearly perceiving Lancaster as a pretty huge threat on that Stafford right wing, and rightly so. She's a real asset, and got it all in her locker. Double pre-throw makes a hit on the centre, but Gintari punishes Manon Dixon on the far side, and that's a set to Derby.
Yeah,
Derby again doing well to navigate that player deficit early on in the set.
Yeah, I think it was 5-3 up at one point, and then bring back to a 2v1.
Doing well to just use the group throwing to eke away that player deficit. 5-1 now in favour of Phantoms.
We'll try and get an accurate on the score. Do you know what the score is?
5-1.
5-1.
5-1 to Phantoms.
Very nice. So 3 balls in the hands of Stafford. Ford on the wing.
Yeah, I'd like them to take the pace out of the game a little bit. Throwing 2 balls at the centre target. They've been, one of them invalidly so, unfortunately for Debbie Bateman.
Oh, Bateman's not having a great start to this game.
She's struggled to live against Brie Darcy in the first couple of sets, but yeah, struggling to make inroads so far.
Yeah, well, Stafford's definitely favour the sort of slower tempered team, but Derby is the total opposite. They thrive in the sort of fast pace, double run and counter kind of thing.
Yeah, Edmonds tries to inject a bit of pace in the game, but Brie's seen it all before. Does well to deal with the incoming running counter, and seeing that Edmonds is a vulnerable target up court, she then wastes no time in ensuring her set comes to a premature end.
Nice block from Gintari as well there.
Yeah, nice dodging from Kez Tranter, who's I think come on this set from. I think she's come on for April Phillips this set.
April's off. Nice block from Alex there. And then Derby just going to set with 3 again.
Yeah, rinse and repeat from Phantoms. They might elect to throw in a couple of doubles or go to an empty target.
I think their plan is probably just to set with 2, to be honest.
They're a potent team playing with 2 balls, but Raptors aren't going to sit and take possession quite so easily. Okay, they will now. As soon as Lancaster's not being given a counter opportunity, now they reset with 3. See what Derby can conjure up here. 2 balls at Darcy. Nice dodging again. These double counters from Derby, they're always pretty on point, pretty with timing and intent, but struggling to make their mark so far. They've made a lot of hits from free throws like that. Although there is a deflection catch, so Darcy exits. Yeah, those are always a little jarring when you made a brilliant hit and get punished for it. Sometimes the game doesn't reward skill.
Just a bit lucky. Derby still up 5-4 though. Probably.
Still in a favourable position in the set. especially when Raptors throw all 3 balls and realising that Chanter calls off the running counter, knowing that they have all 5 balls and 5 players to use them.
Ooh.
Play 4 called. 4 of them have got to go. They do go. And they make that hit.
It was lovely. Managed to look like they initially tried to secure a catch, but managed to get the hit there. And that is another set for Derby.
Yeah, the hit may or may not have been after the whistle. I think it's immaterial in the grand scheme of things. Derby were up a couple of players prior to that throw. So it's 7-1 in favour of Derby Phantoms. Yeah, Derby looking like the real deal so far. Raptors are making a lot of good catches, but Derby's throwing potency has been...
For every catch they're making, they're getting hit twice.
Exactly. Derby's throwing intent has been pretty difficult to live with for any... It's been difficult to live with for any team this season, and no less so Stafford today.
Yeah, apart from maybe Alex, there isn't really a huge thrower on the Stafford side. Whereas...
Two balls speaking of that, peak, though.
Hit onto Charlotte there in the background. Not Charlotte Birch.
Charlotte Peak.
That's the one.
Too many Charlottes at Derby.
Charlotte.
2 balls again looking for Edmonds, but she managed just to hole in the wall her way out of it.
And a lovely secure there from Kez.
Picks it right out of her hand straight away. The one downside with throwing a lot of two ball releases is that kind of increases the likelihood of a wayward ball resulting in a catch. A little delay ball there from Derby finding the feet just as the player thinks they've got away with it. No chance, unfortunately. Again, what goes around comes around. Or a deflection catch in favour of Derby now. Chancer makes her way to the outbox in double quick time, but comes straight back on. Yeah, this is a real test for Stafford so now.
And hit with the first one, but makes the catch on the second, but was already hit.
Yeah, foam rules she'd be okay, but hit as soon as the ball makes contact with her, the only thing she can do is secure the first ball that caught her.
And Derby are going to set with 4 again. Looking to probably end this set here. And they do.
Yeah, Lancaster makes the hit on Smith, but can't do anything about the 3 incoming balls from the remaining Phantoms. It's a 1-minute set to finish this half, and it's 9-1 in favour of Derby. And you feel like Raptors probably need to secure this to stand much of a chance in the remainder of this game. An 11-1 deficit at half is not impossible, but would probably be the story of the day if there was a comeback from that.
Definitely, it's definitely an uphill struggle, and I imagine Phantoms would probably just sit back and.
Yeah, everyone knows their aggressive style of play, but they're intelligent players as well, as much as anything. Chanter trades herself with Dixon. Raptors do get 3 balls off the back of it. And it's roll over to the Phantom side. Or has it?
And that goes over to Phantoms, I think.
Raptors now with the countering opportunity here. 2 balls at Bateman, doesn't quite make the mark. Raptors with possession, they're level. Yeah, you can tell they've drilled, thrown at cones and players' laces all day, every day.
Lovely free throw there.
Brilliant free throw, takes out Lancaster, but there is a double hit onto the Derby girls.
And that was a 4-3 up for Stafford, I believe. So 11-3.
9-3 at half, I think.
I don't have my glasses on, I can't see. I can barely see what's going on.
No. An important set to win for Raptors, irrespective of what the score. Well, I say, irrespective of the deficit, it's an important one for Raptors to win to kickstart their comeback a little bit.
Again, I'm sure Phantoms aren't too displeased with that.
Minute sets, anything can happen, and I'm sure they'll know that if as long as they win like the first. Maybe like one of the first 2 or 3 sets of the second half, then they'll probably be okay. But Raptors are making them work for it. Like I said, they've been pretty stubborn in terms of sinking a lot of catches and trying to swing the momentum sets. Derby have been doing well in terms of really hammering them down with their group throwing late on.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty much a must-win game for both at the moment.
Yeah, I think if Derby slip up in this kind of game, then their title aspirations will take a real hit. Raptors are going to be
very much are fighting for their life to stay in.
Yeah, any kind of result that Raptors can get will, be a massive tonic in their relegation scrap.
And we're back. Just having a
like we never left you. Update on the score on the other court.
4-2 to Valkyries, I think.
Yeah, Rangers against Valkyries is currently 4-2 in favour of Valkyries so far. I think that court's running quite a long way behind. Not really sure how they've lost that much time, but
no.
4-2 as it stands. On this court, it's 9-3 in favour of Phantoms. After a small interlude, we've found all our refs again. I think teams are ready to go.
Oh, and then Phantoms have brought back on Jen Allen.
I don't think Jen Allen's actually played so far. I don't think she's played any of the first half.
And Gintara has been subbed off, and April is still off as well. So
yeah, Phantoms have been pretty fluid with their subbing rotation.
They've got a nice core squad of 8, which they
it's
well.
Yeah, so their strength and depth is another thing that's really kept them at the sharp end of the league. Peak dancing with that back line, but she's all right for now.
A lovely single from Jen Allen there to hit Lancaster out. First throw of the game. 1 for 1.
Yeah, throwing motion is pretty distinctive to say the least. Getting a lot of spin and swerve on the ball makes it difficult to read, as well as being just pretty fast through the air. Too much for Lancaster to handle. Edmonds then caught fishing for Maddie Smith's ball. And two balls take out Dixon. Tranter and Selby enjoyed that one.
I'll try and give us a...
We're back. I'll press the right button.
People can hear me.
Right then. Three ball attack on the winger. Bateman has to think about testing out Darcy. Thinks better of it.
Some lovely effects in there from, but Raptors really aren't.
Struggling
phased.
Yeah, they're probably the right play to set with the 4 balls. Use 2 of them to try and secure the hit on the ball holder. Darcy does well to tuck down out of the way. Pre-throw coming in. 2 ball attack makes the hit.
Just left with Bateman, left for Raptors, with 6 strong for Derby.
But she has plenty of wherewithal about her to try and take a catch. As long as she stays on court, which she managed to do.
It's always good, first step.
Yeah.
And the old double throw.
The double ball attack from one player. Lesser seen, but always loved.
I like to call that the Pete Rhodes. He does that a lot.
Yeah. He was a pioneer.
And now it looks like a catch, but then hit out from Bateman.
Yep, she's...
Bring back in Lancaster.
Pleased with herself, but sauntered off court. Lancaster, a woman on a mission. Tried to pin down Darcy. Doesn't quite manage it.
Lovely catch out from the ball retriever there, Ryan Ellis.
Ryan Ellis getting FOMO from all the excellent catches that Stafford Raptors have been plucking so far, and decides to pick one himself.
Oh.
Pretty merciless from Darby. Lancaster doing well in terms of pulling out all the stops to try and get back into the set. But she wasn't in the place where she could afford to play safe. Darby do well to punish her as soon as she leaves herself vulnerable. Another set in favour of Phantoms.
Yeah, you have to think they maybe are but done at this point, but
yeah, set difference is going to be big at both ends of the table. You think, especially with both the sort of cluster of teams at the top and the cluster of teams at the bottom all going to be beating each other. You might end up with set difference being quite big by the end of it. It's I
believe if both Spartans and Derby win both their games today, they will still be tied at the top. So
that would make sense. And
it just looks like Kez just decides to boot a ball halfway across the court.
It's an interesting tactic. Not one I'm sure will catch on.
No.
Jen Allen gets away with murder a little bit there by not making an attempt because it didn't cross the middle. Still 5 apiece. I think both teams potentially in a little bit Sunday evening mode, as I'm sure we all are.
Yeah, very, very late on. It's been a long day for most of us.
Two balls takes out Pete. Oh no, she does survive it. Apologies.
Lovely hit from Darcy onto Lancaster.
Yeah, she's really had her number on that wing. Both Bateman and Lancaster on the far side have struggled to deal with Darcy. Allen trades herself with Dixon. A trade that neither player will be too unhappy with. Giving us level in the set. Fairly neutral interaction.
And a lovely catch from Bateman. Again, the commentator's curse. We should just stop commentating on how good people are.
Yeah, if there's ever a result that you particularly want in your league, then let me know, and I'm sure I can make the opposite happen.
Just an update.
Excellent shot from Maddie Smith.
Other court. I believe it's half time, and I believe it's 6-4 to Valkyries
against Bedford Rangers.
Quite a tight game over there.
Two-ball attack from Derby. Don't quite find the mark. Pre-throw in from Bateman means they still have 2 balls to play with. They're not in a poor position here.
Nice block from Lancaster.
Yeah, doing well to make sure that they don't retain that ball. It's one where you'd almost rather have 2 balls than 3 at this point if you're Raptors, when you have the countering opportunities afforded to you.
And Bateman makes a second catch of the.
She makes it look so easy. Looks like she's got all the time in the world to pick that ball from Peak.
Brings back in Dixon. And a lovely
opportunistic hit from Maddie Smith at the back.
Catching
Raptors on play ball. They're going to have to throw. They do indeed throw. Maddie Smith's gone.
No.
Bateman can't quite make it a hat-trick of catches just yet.
And that's time.
That's the set.
Set for Raptors.
Yep, they needed that big time.
Definitely.
I believe that makes it 13-5.
13-3,
if my memory and eyes serve correctly.
They only won 1. No, was it 9-3?
Sorry, team. We've had a long day.
Yeah. What are our numbers? I just witnessed a 30-0. That was quite impressive.
Derby again managed to win that middle. Although not particularly cleanly, so no opportunity for a quick start.
Keeping those spirits high, though. Very energetic team.
You wouldn't believe it's 8:30 on a Sunday evening, but here we are. Brie Darcy's finally given herself a bit of a breather. April Phillips is on the left-hand side.
I know, as with that lovely single.
Yeah, Holly Edmonds has struggled to get into this game so far.
Very much
been thoroughly pinned down from all angles from the Derby girls. Shot from Alex Lancaster takes out Selby.
Again, we apologise, but we're not going to try pronouncing your last name.
It says Selby on the shirt, that's what I'm going with. That would have been
lovely
quite something
Lancaster.
from Phillips, but can't quite manoeuvre the ball up into a catchable position. Raptors doing well to secure that hit on the post throw. Derby on play ball here. Catch made in the centre. Edmonds returns.
And Jen Allen getting hit out on the...
Yeah, pre-throw from Lancaster makes the hit, and then there's a catch in the middle. Big swing in favour of Raptors.
Smith getting hit there.
Yeah, nice work from Raptors.
Tranter's just left. Let's see if she can make anything happen. But
She's taken a few catches this game.
Yeah, it's been a bit 1-for-1 at Donna, though. Pre-throw gets nothing. And no catch. Second set in a row for Raptors.
Yeah, good momentum builder. I wouldn't be surprised if Derby take a timeout here.
Yeah, timeout called from Phantoms. Probably more to reset than anything, rather than...
Yeah, no need to panic or drastically change anything. Just something to curb a bit of momentum that Raptors were starting to build. Still a 3-set deficit, I think, for Raptors to manoeuvre. So Phantom's still in the driver's seat with on the scoreboard, and I think they know that if they win any set in the remainder of the game, then they should be safe, home and dry. I think the way it's
round of possibility for Raptors to come back now. But
but for Raptors to come back, they needed to win sets, and they needed to win them quickly. So and that's exactly what they were doing. So Raptors, Phantoms doing probably the justified thing in terms of taking the sting out of the game, and even if as long as they make this next set last a long time, then they should be back on track. But we'll see. Raptors playing like a team with nothing to lose at this point, which
I don't think they do have anything to lose.
Yeah, exactly. They won't gain anything from playing safe at this point, or playing their plan A for the first portion of the game.
Might as well try something new, see if anything else sticks. Quite an eventful game on the other court. Back to 6-6 between Valkyries and Rangers.
Yeah, better Rangers up in this set as well.
Yeah. Lot of cohort behind them as well, which is probably what you can hear if you hear any shouting.
Well, we say about Phantom's title charge potentially taking a bit of a hit if they lose this game. The same can be said for Valkyries on that other court against Bedford Rangers. I think with if Derby win this game, which it looks like they're en route to doing so,
Rangers go up 8-6.
Rangers gone up 8-6 on that side. Also, not sure what the delay is on this court. I'm not sure. I don't know whether the refs have just had enough.
How to sit down. There we go. John T's game.
Back in the game.
Yeah, timeout call by Valkyries there on the other court, which is understandable. Losing 2 sets in a row.
Anyway, back on here. Raptors again not contesting that middle ball. They do well to apply pressure to make Phillips go a ball holder for the quick start.
Just a ball
Chody
trade
blows
there
on the right wing.
I believe there's been a substitution for Raptors as well.
Yes, number 47 is on in the middle.
Is it Evans? Sorry.
I couldn't tell you, I'm afraid.
Edmonds? I just don't know her name. It's the blonde lady.
Lancaster takes out Alum in the middle, but Phillips is there to punish her. Ends up in a trade. Raptors take 3 balls off the back of it. 2 balls at Phillips, don't find the mark. Double counter on Dixon.
Nice block out from Dixon.
Goes back for the reply. Nice cover from Selvey.
2 balls for Phantoms. 1 player down.
2 balls on the other wing this time.
Choosing to set with 4 this time, instead of going for the counter attack.
Yeah, having been stung a couple of times by Bateman's pre-throw catch technique. Don't fancy it this time.
Again,
Phillips does very well to put it nowhere near her catching zone.
4-4 now.
Sure is.
Yeah, that is a fact.
Can confirm.
Can
count to 4. It's 3-3
Occasionally.
now.
3. Wow. This cutting edge commentary. This is why you listen to us, right?
Don't worry, folks. You don't have to hear for us for another
Oh,
month.
and a lovely catch by.
Brilliant catch on the right hand side. From I believe that's Hannah Dyer on the right.
That's the one.
She's taken a few this half, and that one could be pretty pivotal in the grand scheme of things. Two balls attempt on Lancaster. She does well to evade both of those.
4 balls for Raptors. See if they can make a hit.
They can afford to throw 3, maybe even 4 if they want. They don't fancy it. They just throw 2 safe in front of Phillips. 3 balls now in the hands of Raptors. Probably in a slightly less favourable position than they found themselves in prior. Play two called. Phillips start looking for a catch, but it is a bounce. She does call it herself. It's a bounce. In amongst that, Selby makes that hit on the post throw.
Oh, lovely catch
Lovely
by
for Alex Lancaster.
Just left with Selby.
Excellent stuff. After getting away with murder against.
And Alex finishes the game.
Yeah, Alex Lancaster is not here to mess around.
No, she is going for scalps.
Yeah, having a phenomenal set there. Getting hits early game and then securing that catch on Phillips is the real catalyst to finishing it with aplomb.
Does this take Stafford within 1 set? Is it 11-9?
Bear with while I check the score.
Oh, a lovely shot there from Phillips. Single ball. And then Derby also have 4. Yeah, 11-9 Raptors within 1 set. Oh, but then, speak of the devil, they lose a hit and a catch. So
easy come, easy go, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Loss of control from Bateman.
Always a
particularly horrible way to go out, losing control of a blocked ball.
Yeah, you just feel so disparaged, don't you? Oh, lovely standing from Manon there to get Jen out.
You can tell that Raptors have seen her as a good pre-throwing target opportunity. I think with her wind-up, I think it lends itself to having that opportunity to do so. And why wouldn't you when she's a big arm and asset?
And with that
very business-like finish from Derby.
Yeah.
They needed that. They really needed to settle after that one.
Yeah, less than 2 minutes left of the game, I believe. So Derby just want to run this out.
Exactly. They're now two sets to the good, and they know that as long as they don't lose this set in 90 seconds, then they're home and hosed. Even if they do lose it,
just run out the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Rangers up 10-6 against Valkyries. And up in the set again. This is looking like a bit of a thrashing here from Rangers.
Double counter, don't find the marker peak. Good. There is 1 minute. Raptors will need to win this set with time remaining to stand a chance of drawing the entire game. Lancaster putting on as much pressure as she can. Smith and Peak are unfazed.
Nice block out from Lancaster, and throw goes slightly wide.
Yeah, Raptors really want to have 2 balls here, try and really inject some trades to just hurry the set up a little bit.
And
double free throw doesn't quite find the mark of peak. Derby doing very well in terms of slowing down the tempo of the game, baiting out the ball possession from Raptors. They can't make a count though.
Raptors still up by 1 in this last set.
Even though they did make a hit with 5 balls, it's not the worst outcome in the world for Derby. Just more time while down off the clock.
And a hit on Smith there.
Phillips looks for Bateman but can't find her. 3 balls in the hands of Phantoms now. They've
About
still got
15 seconds left.
Still got 4 players on. Raptors need to make some magic happen.
And just a lazy single there from Tranter to waste time. And
exhibition killing the time. Raptors win that set, but Derby Phantoms win that game.
13-11.
Pretty high scoring game. Like I was expecting, particularly the way that Derby just ran away with that first set. I was half expecting I was half expecting fans to just absolutely run away with it and put a cricket score on, but Raptors really showing a lot of fire in the belly.
Yeah, bringing 3 on the trot.
Fans do secure in the win, but in potentially less convincing style as they were hoping for. But a win to win on the board, and it should keep them fighting at the sharp end of the table.
With that, I think we'll probably wrap up, as you don't want to see the Colts.
With that, unless you really fancy seeing people struggle to rip up this tape.
While we try and badly describe the Rangers Valkyrie match.
But yeah, it's been lovely having you, and the next fixtures are on the 1st of April, so we'll see you there.
2 months off, but hopefully we can get the stream working. And with that, Rangers take another set. 12-6. It looks like a Rangers win here.
Yeah, a little teaser to see what's to come next time.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.